It's like getting a little bit better each time. Hopefully this sound
100%,
thing helps.
bro. And I think, you're always leveling up. You're thinking about the capture card now. You know what I mean? Think about when you got these mics in the arm, the camera. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the
making
camera
progress.
was a play.
It definitely, like, you wanna make it better, so you will make it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Even
like
if it's just little
things
bits
here
at a
and there.
time.
Yeah, it'll definitely. You got something to show for it for sure, bro.
Totally. And the camera, it was a good. I was like not gonna get a camera for a while because it was so much money, and I was like, it's really not worth that much.
Kind of fucking investment. Bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then on Black Friday, that's like a $600 camera, but it was $350. So I was like, if I'm gonna get a camera at some point, I'm just waiting because it's so much money. Then I might as well take advantage of getting it $250 off now. You know? What I mean?
Yeah. And that's another thing is like you never know when there's gonna be another sale. Like I feel like is Black Friday the biggest sale, or is there?
Probably.
Like you gotta think. Like, that camera's got to go on sale.
Yeah, at some other point. Yeah,
right.
True.
So, but it's just like that would definitely be the most optimal time to fucking buy.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
Black Friday, bro.
Dude, you know what else is kind of crazy? I got a new monitor for because like when I work from home, it's so annoying only having ones because at work and office I have 3 screens.
Yeah.
So it's like
that's
Jedi. Yeah.
I wish.
I got
bro.
like 2 regular and then a vertical one. And
bro.
it's a good setup.
That's sick.
Plus my laptop on the side.
Jeez,
so when I
man.
work from home and I had 1 screen, I was like, this is fucking terrible. Yeah.
Just all like tabbing every fucking 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
shift tab or whatever.
Yeah. And so I got a monitor, but a lot of the curved monitors are like the cheapest ones for some reason, which I always thought the curved ones were like way more expensive.
Yeah.
But at Best Buy, the cheapest monitor they had was a curved one. And looking on Amazon, a lot of like the cheapest ones were curved. Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah, well, I've never even. I was only gonna get a curved monitor like one time, or I was looking at them, but I just never ended up like doing it because I just didn't see the
need.
Yeah, like what's the benefit of that? Maybe for gaming or something.
Yeah, true. Like you don't have to move your eyes. Less glare, probably. But
yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
A lot of monitors are glare-free screens anyway, like that smooth matte type of.
Yeah, they put some shit on it or something to minimize glare. Yeah, no,
it's not like shiny glass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Totally.
But yeah, I just never like really looked too much. I was always like the straight monitors, but I guess it would make sense like that they would be cheaper because like
sure,
the average
because
consumer,
people less buy them.
The average consumer would probably be just like, oh, I just want a straight.
That's a good point. Yeah,
screen, you know.
Yeah, and someone who's gonna spend like thousands of dollars on a monitor anyway is gonna like, they're not gonna pick it based on the curve. They're looking at like the refresh speeds and all that type of shit.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, that is a good.
The quality, like 4K and shit. You know what I mean? They don't care about if it's curved or not. They're like, what the fuck? Why would I want to curve?
Dude, some monitors though are fucking crazy. Do you know it's a YouTube guy. His name's Jimmy Harris, I think. You would probably know some of his videos or at least recognize the thumbnail.
If I'd seen it, maybe.
He'll make videos like these are all the CIA bases in the world, or like it's like journalism type stuff, but whole show like him editing the videos, and he's got like, it's so wide. It's like
the biggest
4
screen
feet
you've ever seen.
wide, and it's curved, and I'm like,
what
holy
the
shit.
fuck?
Let me see if I can even.
Yeah, no, I've
picture
definitely
of it.
seen monitors like that. And nah, like that shit. I mean, even just probably like casually browsing, I've seen like, you just see like like some people with crazy setups and they have like this huge fucking monitor. But like think about like how much that shit's got to be, you know?
Thousands,
what I mean?
it's
like,
got
at least, right?
Yeah.
Like something that's that big, it's just crazy.
Why do you need a screen that big?
That big,
you know?
right? Like what the fuck are you doing? You know?
I guess if you're editing
know.
videos,
Yeah.
then you can see a lot more. That makes sense.
If it's like maximum optimizing workflow, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, bro. Still.
Yeah, there's very few times we're having a ginormous monitor actually.
But that's pretty
benefits
dope.
you.
I definitely
It is. It probably feels cool.
Yo,
Yeah.
it froze.
Oh no.
It'll
way.
fix. It'll fix.
Yeah, it'll fix. There we go. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bet.
We're back, baby.
We're back.
Back in action.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
There was something we were talking about last time, bro. I forget. A video. Oh, Psych Substance, bro.
Yeah.
I ended
dude.
up watching some of that video, bro.
What was he saying?
Well, I don't remember.
Was it
I don't know
Kratom,
the
like the comments suggested? Like that he was.
Yeah, it was Kratom.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I just remember it was Kratom, and yeah, it was something like he's doing it for his family, I think. Essentially, I didn't watch the whole video.
Yeah.
But yeah, that guy is just like still the same exact type of videos. Like if you go and watch that video, it's exactly like filmed the same way. He talks the same way. It's just funny how like I don't know, some things never change.
Yeah, he's
you know
got
what
a
I mean?
style.
He's got a style,
and it
he
works.
stays with
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it does work.
Totally.
He's still getting views.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I bet his wife was like, I don't feel comfortable with you changing our baby on Kratom.
It's like,
It's like,
come on,
hon, it's
babe.
fine. I'm connecting with the universe.
I'm tapped in. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I can raise our child a little better.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet he believes that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
It's like, how do you expect our child to be enlightened if I don't get little bits of Kratom from my fingers onto his
That's fucked.
private parts? Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Crazy. I wonder what would
Yeah,
happen
no.
if you stuck Kratom up your ass. Like,
Probably fucking. I don't even know
I
what
don't-
kratom is like.
Yeah,
so I
I
wouldn't
don't-
even be able to
yeah, how do
know.
you even
But
do you smoke Kratom or is it like a powder or like a pill? There's probably different forms.
yeah, probably. I don't know.
Never
Never
my
even-
pay grade.
yeah, right. Totally.
Yeah.
Bro. I mean, that's some advanced shit. Never even heard of it until watching his fucking channel. You
Really?
know what I mean? Yeah,
I've
didn't even
heard of
know.
it like little bits and pieces, and you see them on like sketchy smoke shops. Like it'll say like THC Delta 8 Kratom, like in the blinking signs. You know what I mean?
I think I have seen some.
But I never know what it is, and I'm not gonna be like,
Oh, let me
let me try that. I've seen this like on other sketchy
Yeah,
smoke
that's
shop
crazy,
signs. Like, what do you got? Yeah, that would be crazy. So I think it is like a.
It's legal though. Yeah, like
It's legal, and I
yeah.
think it definitely is like a psychedelic. I think. I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan talked about it one time, and he was saying like it's psychedelic, but it's weird because it's like it doesn't affect your body at all. Because like I guess when you're tripping, your body does feel a little weird, like on
Yeah.
shrooms or acid,
or like
but-
your stomach will be a little upset. or
yeah,
something.
yeah. He said it wasn't like that, but it was like just your mind, but it was different than shrooms. So I don't know.
What the fuck,
Yeah.
bro? Yeah, that would be crazy. I don't know.
It's funny when I was younger. I feel like I would have been like, "Damn, that sounds crazy. I
Well,
want to
wanna
try
it.
But
Yeah,
now I'm
and
like,
now you're like, nah.
interesting.
Yeah,
I don't have that.
I agree. I'm definitely. I think I got to a point where I was content with like the drugs I use. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, nicotine and weed,
Yeah.
that's cool. Maybe every once in a while we jump to the psychedelic
Yeah,
side. You
yeah.
know what I mean? But for the most part, like, yeah, I just know what I like. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And another thing is, you know, everything affects you so fucking differently.
Yeah,
So it's just
totally.
like, I don't know. It's scary. Like
Yeah.
to be like, oh, let me go into the shop and fucking try Kratom.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what
Yeah,
the fuck that is.
totally,
You know what I mean? And then
Totally,
who knows what the fuck that'll do to you? you know?
absolutely.
So
And when we're younger, it's like we're at the age where we're experimenting with different stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
We're trying
mindset
different
is
shit.
so
We're like,
different,
fuck it,
bro.
let's see what it's like.
oh my god, yeah.
We're
Holy
like,
shit.
oh my god, like we're adults, we can drive our cars. Like this is
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Like,
It's
we
like
can
you're
do
in a whole
anything we
different
want.
world. Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
Crazy.
Nah.
And we think we're fooling our parents.
Yeah.
but
Oh
we're
my
not.
god, bro. So many times, yo.
Crazy.
There's definitely so many times where I was like, yo, my eyes good, bro. Yo, are they good?
Oh my
All right,
God.
bet. Let's go.
So many times.
You know what I mean?
I remember one time we were at your house and I was like nervous to go home because I knew my eyes.
We're just terrible.
Yeah, we're terrible. And I like put in a bunch of drops and it wasn't helping. It was like under my eyes were baggy. And I remember like looking it up online, like how to get rid of red baggy eyes. And it said like put ice on it or something
Yeah, or
cold.
like a
Something.
ice
Yeah.
bath or something. Yeah.
And I remember we like put a spoon in the freezer and let it sit there for a while, and then I was like
Did we
holding
really,
the
bro?
spoon on my
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah. Some shit
Crazy.
like that. Yeah.
I just like vividly remember being in your bathroom, like
just be like, oh yeah,
Is it
yeah,
good?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like normal. It's like, all right, bro, you good?
like fuck, it looks the exact same.
Nah, bro. That was
Crazy.
it though. That was so fun though.
Dude,
to be
that was
honest with
fun.
you. 100%,
Good times.
Yeah, I wouldn't change any of it for sure.
Nah, me neither. Yeah,
Not at all. Fuck, man.
it's like there's some stuff wasn't good for you, but I don't regret.
oh, exactly.
any of it.
Because as long as I'm not like doing it consistently,
yeah,
you know,
I mean,
it's
we're
like-
alive now.
exactly.
Yeah, we're not
yeah,
dead.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
made it out.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
yeah, exactly.
People survive worse.
made it
so-
out the Ville. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
What else is new? What should we dive into tonight? We
I
covered a
don't
lot
know,
last
bro.
week.
Yeah,
and
so
we can,
much
we can
last
dive
week,
back
bro.
into I feel like a lot of the stuff we talked about last week, we can just like I'm not saying we'd be like, okay, what did we talk about last week? Let's do it again. But like a lot of that
It's
one
just
thing
like,
I've
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
go
you're
ahead.
good.
No, no.
I was just gonna say one thing I've realized with the pod is like in my head, I'm like, we talked about that last week, like let's talk about something else. But at the same time, like a lot of the topics, especially the ones we talked about last week, you could talk about forever. Like there's so many different angles, and hardly anyone watches
True.
this shit anyway. So
Yeah,
like,
so
who
it's
the
like, what
fuck
the fuck?
cares?
Yeah, that's so true, bro.
Like if we want to talk about
Yeah,
it, let's
nah.
fucking talk
Yeah,
about
that's
it. You
true.
know.
But what I realized is those, like, I couldn't even tell you half the shit we talked about, to be honest with you, because we're just like vibing. Like,
Dude,
you know, we're
yeah.
just like having a conversation. It just naturally flows to different places. And it's like, okay, well, what's it gonna be this week? Well, it's like, all right, I don't even fucking remember
Yeah.
last week, but let's
Yeah.
just figure it out.
Yeah,
kinda.
exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I think topics, like having a list of topics, maybe
Yeah.
a couple topics to like start the pod with every week would be perfect. To be
Yeah.
honest with you.
I feel like, I should get topics.
Or
The only
something to
thing
like.
I'm nervous about with that is then I feel like it's less natural, like it's more forced. But if
I
it
see,
doesn't
'cause,
need
like,
to be
we have
that,
a
like
segment.
yeah,
I
like that's
see,
just
I
in
see.
my head.
No, I get
we
that.
might do it, and
I
it's
get
not
that.
necessarily true. But I feel like it doesn't flow as smooth from like, all right, we covered the God stuff. Now let's talk about AI. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. No,
like
no.
things should just letting
It's
things
just like
flow.
no, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And I think that's honestly like better.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
like Trump says, do the weave.
I mean, honestly.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe if we get stuck, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
have them in your
that's
back
a good
pocket.
idea. Yeah.
Be like, okay, like
if we
here we
get
have
stuck,
these.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if you ever feel like there's dead air,
Yeah. yeah.
just
true.
like something.
I feel like, and maybe this is a good way to start. We could definitely like branch off of this. But I feel like especially the first couple minutes, I never want to like jump straight into something because, and this is the thing I was going to say, we could branch off of if we want. But I feel like with conversations, like it's kind of like and Joe Rogan said something like this. This isn't my totally original thought, but it's totally true. Like conversations is like dancing. Like if one person's going fast, like the other person needs to be
That's
going fast
so
too.
true,
Or
bro.
if one person's going slow, the other person's going slow. But it's not even fast or slow. That's what it would be like with dancing. But there's like a rhythm to conversation. You know what I mean?
No, I
It's
totally
kind of
agree.
weird. And when you're talking to someone and you're not on the same rhythm, it's obvious and you can feel it. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
totally agree, bro. And
Yeah.
that's like what awkwardness kind of comes
Yeah,
into. You know what I
true.
mean? Like, you feel like, if you're talking to someone you really don't know or someone you first, met for the first time, and it's like, you run out of shit to say. You can just feel like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have to say something.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I have realized is like, we've been friends for so long that at this point, like, if there's dead air or if there's like we're not even saying anything to each other, it's just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what
we're
I
just
mean?
not
Like,
talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's not awkward.
But when you meet someone new, it's like you're like thinking about that, like, oh, I need a conversation.
Yeah.
I need to like, you know what I mean?
That's a great point.
And I think that just comes down to like obviously because I know like
Yeah.
who you are and you know who I
Yeah.
am like super well. So there's like. If he's not talking, it's not like I'm gonna be like, "Oh, Pat's like fucking, he
Yeah.
hates me."
Is he thinking about me? Like,
Yeah,
what's
exactly.
it? Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. There's gonna be no like
That's a great point.
friction. It's just like whatever. You
Yeah,
know what I
but if
mean?
it's a stranger and you say you like have a 3-second conversation and then they're being quiet, you're like, what are they
What's
thinking?
going? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Especially when it's like, I don't know. Meeting new people is always interesting because there's so many different fucking people out there,
So
and it's
many
kind of
different
crazy
types of
because
people.
you really do realize that, and like. Especially talking to them, it's just you never know what other people's motivations
Yeah.
are outside your own little bubble. You
Totally.
know what I mean? Like
Totally.
you make these friends, you like meet these people, and then you have your social group, and then outside that, it's just so foreign.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people's dynamics are so different than ours.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like
It's crazy. Like, excuse me. Sorry.
nice.
Well, I guess kind of two things, but exactly. You don't know what other people are thinking outside of your immediate circle. Like I'm sure in most situations, I could guess somewhat pretty accurately what you were thinking,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
yeah.
But it's interesting when there's people that we don't know that well, but humans inherently make these like snap judgments or really snap assumptions about people. Like if someone says one thing one way that expresses how they're thinking about something, for everything else, you think that's how they think. So like if I'm trying to think of an example, but like even people you don't know that well,
Mhm.
you'll be like, oh, like fuck that guy. I know he's thinking my shirt looks
I
ugly
see,
or
I
whatever.
see.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Or
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I know I heard this dude say one thing that was an asshole thing. So now when I see him like look at something and make a face, I'm like, this guy's in his head being an
Yeah,
asshole.
I see.
That's a terrible way to explain it.
No, but
like,
I get what you're getting at.
you
know what I
think
mean?
you know what other people
Yeah.
and like without even thinking consciously, I know what this guy's thinking, but just
You
when you
think
look
you
at
know
someone you like
people.
in a
Yeah.
subliminal level, like
You make a judgment or like
an assumption. Yeah.
yeah, assumption I guess is probably the word.
Yeah.
Like when you first see someone you like assumption. I feel like there's a word for it, bro. I don't. Maybe I'm tripping.
Judgment.
Or maybe
I feel
judgment
like there is
the
another
word. Maybe
word
I don't
too.
know, bro. But yeah, you look at someone and you immediately like have an opinion about them. Like,
Yeah.
But before you even talk to them, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just based off of everything you were just describing. You know what I mean? Like even just like the way they look and it all contributes for sure.
It's crazy how humans are like programmed to pick up little stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like if you see someone's face and they're like, you know they're mad, but if you see someone's face and they're like, you know they're happy. Like,
and like some people
it's
like have a face
universal.
like this, and they'll be like, "Yeah, dude, I'm happy."
yeah, true.
Like, oh,
yeah, some people
my
just have a
fault, bro.
resting bitch
Yeah,
face.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
my fault,
shit,
bro.
man. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
But yeah,
And it's weird too, because like people are always making those snap decisions about us, and we're not thinking about it. Like when you're at work and someone comes up and asks you something, or you interact with a coworker, like you might make a quick snap judgment or snap assumption about them, and that's what you think about, and then you move on to whatever. But they did the same thing with you, and but you never think
exactly.
Like, what did that person just think about what I said?
And
I mean, I guess
like,
sometimes you do, but
no,
way less than the amount of time you're like, oh, Jimmy's having a bad day today or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
That
hard to
makes
explain.
sense.
It's honestly like it's pretty like high level. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Like or very in detail. I
Yeah.
guess like I don't know how to
It's
fucking.
it's
explain
like
it.
so. It's like it's weird because it's like high level in the sense that it's hard to understand.
Yeah.
But low level in the sense that it's like such a fundamental part of our
that's true, bro.
brain and how it works. Like I'm sure chimps do the same type of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
dude, that's
like this
all.
chimp's weird. Like he eats the caterpillars. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Eat the
that's
fucking
true.
crickets like the rest
Yeah.
of us, bro.
That's true,
Yeah,
bro.
no.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nuts.
dude. No, I think and even like I don't know, bro. Like there's people that it's hard to really know somebody. I feel even like you know what I mean. So for example, like I've been working this job for a little over a year now, and like one of the guys that works there, like I work with him almost every fucking shift, and I know him pretty well, but there's still so much that I like don't know. You know what I mean? Like I've never went out and like got a beer with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like he's just a guy I see in work, and I talk to him, a bunch, but it's like I can't really like know who he is, like I know kind of who you are.
You don't know what his parents are like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's still a bunch of like assumptions that I make about him, just even though I've known him for so long.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally. And I'm sure there's like certain things he talks about or he has talked about repeatedly, and you like have a picture of what that's like in your mind.
Exactly.
But then if you saw it in real life, it could be
so
different.
Exactly. No. Dude,
Yeah.
That it's fucking freaky.
So
honestly,
weird.
Dude.
And you know what's crazy to think about is like, so like you just said, it's like how well you understand people depends on how close you are with them, and there's like rings to it. So like with the immediate friend group, like you, me, Christian, Connor, at any given time in any situation, we could pretty accurately predict what that person's thinking.
That's so true.
And then it's like could go out to your coworkers and your family, and in situations you'd be pretty good at guessing what they're thinking, but less accurate than the people we spend a bunch of time with. And you could go out even more and be like, okay, Americans, like in a lot of situations, you know what they would think or not think. And then, but the further you go, the less you really can understand and relate to the thought process. So like someone in the Middle East who grew up in like their parents were in the Taliban or something, like Osama bin Laden's kids, like we have no idea. Like the fundamental difference in thinking is so crazy. Like we have no idea what they would think.
Such a different environment, and like just probably I couldn't even imagine what like the social what I mean like aspect is over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
like if someone, this is just such a random situation. Like if we're walking down the street and someone comes up with like a camera and a microphone and they're like, "Hey, can we ask you your opinions on like your favorite beers?" We'd be like, "Yeah, sure." Like, what do you got?
Yeah.
And I know you would act like that, and I would act like that, but maybe someone in our family, we could picture like, would they be like, "Yeah, what's up?" Or would they be like, "Nah, I gotta go somewhere."
Yeah, that's true.
But Osama bin Laden's kid walking down the street like,
no, like, it would be crazy.
You're like, bah, 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 bah.
real,
Fuck,
exactly.
That's gonna get us canceled in 20
Yeah, fuck. Good thing there's nobody watching.
Yeah, true.
No. But still, point being is like, the mindset is very different. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, who knows
totally.
what the fuck he would do? Like, would he say yes? Would he be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Did I ever tell you the story about my friend's dad in the army and the banana?
no,
Dude, oh, this is crazy. And this like demonstrates the difference in thinking at a fundamental level. So one of my buddies from school, shout out David, his dad served in the army and was deployed in Afghanistan. And during one of his deployments, they had a bunch of fruit from America that would get shipped there.
Mhm.
Bananas were one of them. And the Afghans that they were working alongside to fight the Taliban, they'd had never seen a banana before. So David's dad, he was like, oh, like we have these fruits, bananas, like here, take some home, like
Yeah.
try them. Next time I see you, let me know what you think. So a couple days goes by or whatever, and he sees the guy again, and he's like, oh, so like, how'd you like the banana? The guy's like, it was all right, but the seed was really big. David's dad was like, what are you talking about? There's no seed in it. And he was like, yeah, there's a big seed in the middle. He was like, that was the banana. He was like, oh, it turned out the guy ate the peel and thought the banana was a seed. Yeah.
No way,
Isn't that
bro.
crazy?
What the fuck?
But it's just like such a
Yeah,
fundamental.
yeah,
you would-
exactly. No, like he's never seen it before. Like,
Yeah.
so he's just like, all right, this is it.
Yeah. Well, normally seeds are in the center of a fruit. This is.
Yeah, right. That's true, bro. I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
right?
Holy fuck.
And
man.
if you've never seen a fruit that you peel and throw the skin away, like if they've never seen an orange or a banana,
yeah,
like
yeah,
how would
Dude,
they would
like,
never know that? Yeah,
that's true, bro.
crazy.
Yeah,
So,
that's
like
strange, bro.
an example of
That's funny.
we could. It's just such a different. We could never predict what they're gonna think.
yeah,
of
exactly.
thing.
It's
Like,
so
you-
out of the box. Yeah,
Exactly.
for us,
It's
yeah.
so different that like no American ever. I don't want to say. There's a lot of
It's
Americans.
pretty
in
diverse.
and a wide range of IQs,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
almost no Americans would
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
see a banana and open it and be like, "Oh, let me get rid of this seed
And
eat
throw it
the
out.
peel,"
Yeah, no,
you know?
I think I doubt that would happen. For
No,
sure.
yeah, that would be an interesting study if you gave a banana to every American and watched them eat it. Like, would any of them just eat the peel? Yeah,
I don't. I bet you. Yeah,
like
probably,
at least
bro.
one.
Right.
There's
at
how
least,
many?
bro, at least.
300 something
But
million
also
people.
think about how different like the like our stores are and just our food
Yeah.
in general. Like our food, I think is like I don't get me wrong. I think there's we have great access to good food over here. You
Yeah.
can like shop cleanly if you
Yeah.
really want to. If you want to
True.
eat fully organic and super clean, you can. Just got to know what to buy and where to buy it, even though it might be fucking
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah,
But yeah, like just think about like think like a different country and what it's like going to a grocery store over there. Is it even like the same types of food
Yeah.
or are certain things banned or you know what I mean? Like you have no idea
Yeah.
what it would be like. You know?
Yeah,
Like that shit is like crazy.
dude. When we were after school, me and a couple of my buddies went like on a trip
Yeah.
to Europe, and we were in Amsterdam, and they speak Dutch there, and Dutch like it looks similar to English in the
Yeah.
sense that it's like very similar to American letters, but they're all out of order, and some of them have like dots and lines. I completely forgot about this until now, but our Airbnb was right next to. It was like in a parking lot next to a grocery store called Dirk's.
Dirk's, okay,
And
alright.
we the one day we got like super baked and went to the grocery store just to like
Yeah.
get food for the weekend and see
Yeah.
what it was. what it
Yeah,
was
that's really
like.
cool.
And so we're baked and we walk in and there's like a little rack. Like we walk in the sliding doors and there's like sliding doors are left and sliding doors are right.
Right.
And there's like little things that it looks like it's like a scanning gun that you would like walk around the store with and scan stuff. And that's what we thought it was. But we were like, how does this work? Like, or the grocery stores here are so different. You have like a scanning gun. And we're like, asked the next guy who came in, we're like, hey, like, how do we use these? And he was like, that's just a decoration. Like, you just walk around the store and buy
Just
stuff.
grab shit.
Yeah. So we like walk around. Yeah, we were just like baked as fuck. It was some like cardboard like holiday.
Oh,
thing.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, damn, bro.
And so we like walk around the store and we were like cracking up at a bunch of little shit that we thought was funny.
Oh, bro, that's
And,
great.
we go to check out keep in mind, we're all like super
Obliterated,
super baked. Like
yeah.
a lot of people around us speak English, but definitely not everyone. And we're like checking out, and the lady's like scanning our stuff, and she said, "I want to be like to my friend." She starts speaking in Dutch, and he's like, "Yep." Like he has no idea what she said. He's like, yeah. And she's like, okay, blah, 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 blah. She keeps talking, and then she's like done and scans all her stuff, and she's like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, thank you. Like, yeah, we'll be all right without the receipt. Walk out. We're like, grand, but there was like more interaction. There was like 4 or 5 back and forth where he's like, no thanks. Like, yeah, we'll be good. Or like, yeah, we're just here for the weekend or something. But they're speaking completely different languages.
Yeah.
But he was so dead-faced serious, like it wasn't 2 different languages. And we walk out, and we're like, Grant, like, what the fuck just happened there? He was like, dude, I swear, like, I could understand what you were saying. And we're like, no, you couldn't. You were just cooked as hell. Like,
that's crazy.
He was like, no, dude, I swear. She asked if we wanted a receipt. I said no, and we were like, that definitely didn't happen.
Yeah. I bet you that lady was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, exactly.
That's so funny, bro. But yeah, I mean, if she's not going to say anything or try and be like, here you go, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Make it known. It's just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. But that all stemmed from the fact that we thought grocery stores were like so different in a different part of the world. Like, wow, you just walk around with the scanners, and it wasn't like that. It was just a normal grocery store, but everything's in Dutch.
Yeah, nah, dude.
Oh man, that was crazy.
No, that's crazy, man. That's so funny though. That was probably a good time. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Man, that was a while ago. I forgot about that. Well, it wasn't that. It was in May. But that was last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 years ago or a year ago.
It was 2024. So.
Oh, okay. Mick is fine. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, May 2024. Also, I'm hyped for Colorado.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. So, do we have a date? Yeah, like what's the date?
And you guys all said you're 100% down for that one weekend, and Festa said count him out. So I'm just waiting on Mason. Honestly, I probably could book it either way with Mason or not, because one extra person, like, we can sleep on a couch or
something.
The floor, we'll take turns on the floor or something.
Yeah,
but just said I just kind of picked that weekend randomly because we said end of February, early March, and I found just like with planning random shit in the past, like at some point someone's just got to be like, this weekend. Who's in for this weekend? Who's not in for this weekend? And if someone says I can't this weekend, but I can the weekend after, it's like, great, we'll switch it to that one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree.
But
it's good to just get a fucking date.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not that deep. Like we just gotta pick one.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. Like whatever. Like just let me know in advance.
Exactly. If we're gonna have to take off work anyway, like
yeah, like Connor and I are set. I talked to Connor about it, and he said he was set.
Fuck
so,
yeah.
Yeah, we're good. And I know in the group chat he said he was good. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Or we were talking about it before. We've been.
I hope I didn't sound like a dick when I said like
no.
No. I mean 100%.
Everybody in that chat knows what you're getting.
Yeah.
At. You know, it's not like that. I know. Yeah. It's definitely.
It's fucked when you have, and I don't like blame anyone for this, but like it's only happened like it happened one time, and after that I like always make sure.
Yeah.
But we were like trying to get an Airbnb, and there were like 18 people that everyone was like, fuck yeah, like let's do this. This will be so fun. So I booked like this big Airbnb, and it turns out like 13 people come, but that's like 5 extra people's worth of nights.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be like, all right, everyone else like the price is $200 more now because these 5 people left, because that's not fair to them, and it's not fair to me. So I just was out that money. Yeah.
Damn.
It's not fair to me either, but I'd rather it be unfair to one person than unfair to a bunch of
everybody.
People. So now I'm like, all right, like. You're 100. I don't care if you come, but you're paying me. You're good. You're
coming. Yeah, exactly. No, and I don't blame you, bro, because that's fucked, bro. Especially if 18 people are originally coming. That's probably a decent dent, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it was like $400 or $500 that.
Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, I'm like, all right.
Well, make sure.
Making sure.
Yeah. I think 100%. And I think everybody in that chat, even if they
if something came up, they would
like
still
they'd be
pay.
like, here.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. We're all like close enough. Where it's like whatever. Yeah.
But no, that's a good date. We'll
that'll be fun.
I'll put it in the books and we're good.
I'm gonna try to book that.
Yeah, like
once Mason says he's good or not, then I'll book it, and I'll like I think what I'll probably end up doing is just finalize with you guys. Like, all right, you're fine with the range of between X and Y per night, and then I'll pick a place, or we can all discuss. But I found it's more efficient and like better for planning when you just like
one person
person
goes
picks
ahead.
it. Like,
Yeah, I totally
we know that person's not going to get a shitty place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And
they're
you
going to
sent
get
a few in the group chat, like,
exactly,
and they look
yeah.
great. It's like,
yeah.
I'm not
like
yeah,
none of them are
exactly.
going to be bad
exactly
options. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, especially if it's just for a weekend, like we can ball out and get something nice. You know what I mean? Like we might as well, right? Like that's
I
what
agree.
was thinking.
Yeah, get one with a pool table or something.
Yeah, something nice, a nice view.
I
whatever.
really want a view.
Yeah,
because we don't get good star views out here. Even there are some nights where there's a lot of stars, but they're not like, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
But supposedly in Colorado it is like
It is like that. Oh yeah, I mean I believe it. I mean
more so at least.
yeah, probably.
And like, I was gonna say it'd be cool to have like one near like a hiking trail, but it is probably gonna be pretty cold. But by March it might be warm. I don't
know. We'll
It's
see. Maybe
weird.
we'll get a warm day or
Could I hit
something.
that? Is that-
100%. Yeah, that's what I say.
It's a nice battery, man.
Yeah, but I think I got it on Amazon. Or something.
yeah.
But that's a new thing for that battery now. Yeah, I thought it stopped working. By the way, like when I took it home and I was like, oh fuck, it's not working. But what I realized is
It was off.
it's not even that it's off. If you disconnect the cart right now and then press the power button, it'll blink regardless. So like you can't use it.
Interesting.
So remember when I was leaving, I was like, oh, I think the battery's dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if it's dead because I just hit it before.
Yeah.
But you clicked and you're like, oh yeah, it's dead. What I found out is when you have the cart attached, you can hit it. But if you don't have anything attached, it'll just blink. So
Interesting.
you can't hit unless something's on
That's
there.
pretty smart.
Yeah.
Like most carts are not
Like that. Like yeah, you can hold the button and it'll
Yeah.
burn. Yeah. So
This cart is functionally one of the better carts I've ever had. And
Yeah.
it was only like it might still. I think it was like $8.99 or something. Like it was pretty cheap for a cart, but it does. I mean, looks don't matter with a cart.
oh, you mean the
like,
battery? Like the battery or the
The actual battery.
like
Wait, what have I been saying?
Cart?
Have I been saying cart?
Yeah.
I meant battery.
the battery?
Yeah,
Okay.
the actual
Yeah.
battery.
Okay. That's what I
Like it
figured.
functions pretty well. Like the battery lasts.
Yeah.
The battery charge lasts forever. On 3, it hits real hard. On 1, it hits real soft.
Yeah.
Which is what you want.
Yeah. Which is
It's-
really
it's
good.
Like
I did use one the other day. It was still great.
yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cheap. The only thing is that like looks kind of ugly, but who cares how? It
Yeah,
looks.
it's like whatever. I
Yeah.
thought, you know what I mean.
Remember that big
Does the
purple
job.
one I used to
Bro,
have?
that one
Dude,
was sick.
that thing was.
And do you remember the white one with the blue
Oh, yeah.
light I had
Oh,
on it?
yeah.
Bro, that thing was sick.
That's
I love
that's
that
like a
thing.
classic.
That is a classic.
Yeah.
I wonder where that one is now, bro.
Yeah, I don't know where the purple one is now.
I think I still like maybe I
Oh,
threw
you
it.
think you have it?
Maybe I probably threw it out, but like I don't know. Like, I mean, I hope not. That thing was just legendary.
It's possible. Sometimes they get. Oh wait, I turned it off.
Is it dead?
No, I turned
Oh,
it
okay.
off. It's just like a force to have it.
I
I feel like it saves battery when it's off, but
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
if that's true.
Maybe.
And the battery on that thing lasts so long. Anyway,
so long,
like,
bro. Yeah,
doesn't really
that's true.
matter. But
But yeah, no, I mean, even if I still have that fucking battery, it does not work. So it's like I don't even.
Yeah.
I just think it would be funny to see it again or cool.
Oh,
to see
yeah,
it again, you know
yeah,
what I mean? 'Cause
totally.
I fucking
Nostalgic.
yeah. Oh my god.
that's the thing with the screw-on chargers is those things seem to get fucked up
So
quicker,
much, bro. Oh
and
my
they
God.
seem to get like stickier.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
I have
mean?
realized that because when the cart screws on and then when you put it on like the
Yeah.
charger and shit, it just like it'll get sticky. And then what I found is after like I don't know so many uses or not even that many, like once it starts getting really sticky, it'll just stop working.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah.
just totally or like the light will come on, it'll be green.
but you're
but it-
barely getting shit.
Yeah,
If-
or yeah, it just like won't the charger.
oh,
or
the charger.
the
you
charger,
mean.
yeah, the
yeah,
charger
yeah.
will be on, or like when I plug it in, and it'll be green, but it just won't charge. Like
Yeah.
you know when it's normally
Yeah,
red.
yeah.
So that shit like always happens. I fucking hate those Johns.
Yeah, same.
The recent one, I just bought one not too long ago. It already fucking broken. I've just
Really?
been using this
Damn.
battery now. That's why I'm only.
And
using
that
this
one's
battery.
like USB-C or whatever.
Exactly. It charges in like 5 minutes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
fast.
Charges in 5 minutes and
Fast.
lasts 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, bet. Nope, no
It's
problem.
nice. I hate this. I got to take a piss.
It's an upgrade. Bet you're good.
I try to hold it until it's like.
You can't hold
gets to
no
a point
more.
Where you like every couple words you're thinking about. it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to rant about whatever.
Bet. All right, I know no one's in here. I know. I need to get a haircut. That's the first thing I gotta say. I'm pretty tired, to be honest with you. But we're still alive. We're still moving. Get this out of here. My fault. 35 minutes in, nobody in here. Didn't hit up the boys. Could've. Should've. Yeah. Little music. Talking about the music I've been listening to. Song called, this is one of them. Good Things Take Time by Christian French. And then some Grady, always. And some Dominic Fike.
Grady in here?
No, I'm talking about the things I've been listening to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you say the word Grady or no?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, there's an artist I listen to. His name is just fucking Grady. Yeah.
Oh, I have heard
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
guy.
you have, yeah.
You might have sent me one of his. Have you been listening
Yeah,
to
I
him for a
did.
decent bit of time?
Yeah, I think Connor sent me a song from him.
Yeah.
And that's how I found out.
What's the one I'm thinking of called? All Right or
All In or something?
All In,
Is it
All In. Yeah.
Great song.
That's
Great
it.
song.
Can I maybe hit that card one more time?
Yeah, of course. Go for it. Yeah.
Oh, did I knock that off? No, I didn't. Thank God.
We're good.
This fucking thing is so fragile, like with
What,
how it
this?
falls off. Not even like on yours, it's fine.
good.
Just the way the mic screws in. Like, remember this one will fall off if it if you bump it.
Why is that?
It's something's wrong with either the threads on the mic or there's like a little metal piece it screws into. But you get like one or two turns, and on that one, the third is where it really like clicks and locks in. Like you could grab the mic and pull it down, and it'll
still
move
stay.
the arm and it'll stay.
Oh,
But this
yeah.
one, like I think, like the threads on the screw on the microphone
So
are
like
messed
if
up.
you
You
grab
get like
that, it'll move.
one, and
I
it's
see.
not tight at all. Two, it's a little bit tighter, but barely. And then you can get like 2.5, which is where it's at now, and it stays. But if I went like
If
I went like that to it, it would definitely fall off.
Oh,
That's why I
shit.
only ever move it touching this.
The
Like I
arm.
never touch the box or the thing.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
that makes sense.
But then when you get to the third spin, where it would fully tighten down, it goes back to one and it's loose again.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
so it's
yeah,
like
that's
a
fucked.
weird thing.
Yeah, nah. I think the mic I want to get is I want to look it up.
Are you thinking of getting a new mic?
Oh, well, like this is like not now, but like end game level. Like when like I get, because I do plan at some point to when I move out to get like a whole new setup and buy a new PC, like a max PC, like you know what I mean, like the best thing I can.
Top of the line, triple A.
Yeah, and one thing I'm gonna like upgrade is my mic, and one I think would be perfect. Like end game for this too would be, I think it's called the Shure SM7B or
Is
something.
that the one all the main podcasters have with the black? It's like
I
the
think
black
so.
cylinder.
I think so,
Yeah.
So good.
How
bro.
are those
The
like
sound quality? of that?
$800? Is that what they are?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, or something like that.
I know that's
insane.
like.
But well, I think that you can get them for like 600,
Oh, okay.
which isn't terrible.
It's not terrible.
But they are,
Yeah.
like the sound quality is fucking nice
Nuts.
on those, bro. It's like amazing.
yeah, I wish I had nicer mics, but I just can't justify.
I mean,
it at this
these are
point.
good, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, they're way better. Dude, there was like when we were doing the Blossom Pod at school, there was like 6 or 7 episodes where we were just using the laptop mic, and it was like so unbelievably bad.
Yeah.
So then when we got these, it was like a big upgrade. And I think if you talk into these right, it's like you know how to talk into it because you use a mic all the time. I know how to talk into it just because I've talked into it wrong so many times
that
and
you've
learned. But
Yeah.
I feel like those higher quality mics, you can be significantly farther away from it, and it still picks up your voice
From
so much clearer.
no,
and, like,
I totally
the
agree.
Deepness or the highness and the
Oh, and
little
it's
ups and
actually
downs.
only I found it on Amazon for $360.
really. Can I
Yeah.
see what it looks like? Is it the
yeah, this
type
might
of-
not be the one. It is like a black. So it might not be the exact one you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
You can like scroll through the pictures or whatever of it. If you, like it's
This still is definitely so.
oh my god.
So
Well,
nice.
that's the, like end game. level. Like that's like the best one, at least that I've heard of and seen the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you should. Fuck it.
But yeah, I mean that's gonna be again way later. That's when I fucking.
So you're redoing your setup. What are the top? If you had unlimited budget, but you could only buy 5 items, well, let's do 3 items because 3 items is 5. You could get a lot of cool shit with 5. Let's do if you had unlimited budget, 3 items to buy.
Excluding like the PC itself.
Yeah. A PC is one. Like not all the components.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then.
Good point.
First of all, I think I would definitely upgrade the monitors. That would be like I would either get.
You've 1 or 2 right now.
I have 2 now.
Okay.
And they are on a stand, like they
are or aren't.
They are.
Okay.
Like I took them off, like how they normally come on their monitor stands. I took them off that and put them on like a mount. I guess was the thing, a monitor mount. So I have them mounted to my desk. So there is no arm.
I see. You can move them around.
I can move them around. There's one base point on the edge, and there's some more room on the desk.
And it's like 4 screws that go into the back of it or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's more room on the desk than it hangs. So, right. So,
how high off the desk are they?
That's a good question.
A couple inches.
Yeah, a couple inches.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty legit. Are they?
But there's enough room.
Do they like swivel nice and easy?
Yeah, they do. But here's the thing. So, like, this is what I would do. It's a pretty cheap arm. It still works great, or monitor
you
mount.
have this on both monitors.
Yeah. It's one mount. It's one pillar that sits on the edge of the desk. It's clamped down, and then it's 2 arms sitting out, pretty much, that extend out, and then you put a monitor on each. Right. So I have one of it, and I can move them in and stuff like that. Yeah. So it works great, but yeah, if I had unlimited budget, I get a 3rd monitor. I'd have 2 on the bottom and then probably 1 on top.
Yeah.
Or I would do the vertical like you.
Yeah.
And I'd get a way better mount, right? I would fucking.
What's wrong with this mount?
So
it sounds like a good.
It's a good mount, but what I found is, so on the back where it screws into the monitor, there's a piece that. Like it is all the way tightened on and stuff like that, but there's a piece, like the way that the hinge is that holds the part that attaches to the monitor, right? Like the hinge here, it kind of leans down a little bit, right? So the monitor tends to be not terribly. It's not bad, but it tends to be
loose
just
in there,
a little forward, right? So that bugs me. Like I would get something that's more sturdy, more pliable. I can move it around in different positions, maybe even just turn it like fucking sideways if I really wanted to. You know what I mean?
Dude, that would be sick.
And the second thing would probably be...
We could make you one of those. We could make
you think so? I think we could. That would be dope.
Dude, there's this website I'll show you. You can buy like literally any material, and we could definitely do that.
Are you serious?
Let's do that. That would be fun.
That would be sick. Yeah, I'm down with that.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, I agree. It would be a project, but it would be sick, bro. Yeah, I agree.
Could model it up in CAD before.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. For real. The second thing would probably be... This is tough. I was thinking either a desk, because there are like really high quality standing desks that also can be sitting desks. You like button and it'll go down. And that are really like sturdy. Because I also want something that...
What kind of desk do you have now? It's not the same one as downstairs. That used to be.
Yeah, the L desk.
The one in your basement didn't used to be an L desk.
Oh no, not the tiny one. No, that was I got a bigger
corner
L desk.
desk.
And that's great. That one I still use now, but I wish I had a little more space. You know what I mean? That's the only thing.
Counter space.
Yeah, just other shit. And it's a fine desk, but just, something more sturdy.
Yeah.
And the last thing, bro, it's tough. I would probably do not. Oh, I just had it, bro.
It is tough.
I was gonna say a headset, but not a headset, because a headset's not like the mouse, the keyboard, the headset. Like that's all like pretty affordable shit.
True,
even at,
you
like,
could
top
get
end
that.
Shit. Like I don't even really like. They're like even the top of the, like I don't need something fucking insane.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can make it work. But
Definitely.
the camera. That's it. I have a webcam.
Oh,
I have a webcam now,
like
and
a
that's
rectangle.
and it's good for just like when I'm playing with the homies. That's like the best
Discord.
thing. Like, we're in Discord.
Yeah.
Everyone turns the camera on. On one monitor, I have the homies, and then the other monitor, we're playing games.
That's
you know
cool.
What I mean?
That
so
is
I
a
just
good
look
setup.
over and I see everybody. They see me. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just a good way to hang out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I would definitely get a better quality camera, but I would need a good PC. because the higher the quality of the camera, the more it's gonna like juice your
I
PC.
see. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's more. It's transferring and dealing with more data all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if I'm playing a juice like
I'm surprised you wouldn't say PC in the top. Is your PC right now pretty?
It's
decked out.
No. I definitely no. Well, definitely. Well, that's why I was saying at the beginning, like, kind of excluding the PC, because the PC I feel like would be an obvious thing, right? If
that's what you meant. I thought you meant like if you had to buy a case and a motherboard and a graphics card,
like
and
all the individual parts.
Yeah,
well, that's
meant,
what I was
count
saying.
that
as
all
a
as
whole.
one.
Yeah, I was thinking that, like, count that all as one. But in my mind, I kind of just was like excluding that because I feel like that'd be an obvious thing, right?
That's
like,
a good point.
But
yeah,
if I was going to, then I definitely swap out. The camera for the PC, bro,
yeah.
I would get a juiced PC, bro.
You should start streaming, dude.
I did like
you did for a little
bit when I played Destiny, because Destiny was like I was going for it. You know what I mean? Because I just played the game too fucking much. But
you grind.
Well, I figured like I play the game so much, like
might as well stream.
Might as well do something. Totally. You know what I mean?
Totally.
But yeah, that didn't last. I need a better PC.
What kind of games do you play now? Or do you switch
single
around
player games? Not too many first person shooters anymore.
Really?
I haven't played Destiny in a while.
Yeah.
I'm replaying Kingdom Hearts, which is a game that I played when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Connor played it too. I'm like pretty much playing it with him. And then
that's like more of a story game.
Yeah, it's like a single player game, but we're like racing. Whoever can beat it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. That's what I was confused about. I thought it was a single player game. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And then
that's fun to race.
Yeah. Whoever can beat the game first. And then I was playing Mortal Kombat 1 for a while, which is like the newest Mortal Kombat, and that was a good time.
The newest one is Mortal Kombat 1?
Yeah, they changed the last one was Mortal Kombat 11, and then we thought this one was going to be Mortal Kombat 12, and they just reset it.
As logic would imply.
Yeah, they were like, Mortal Kombat 1, because they restarted the whole universe. It's just, same shit.
They should have called it like 2.0.
Yeah. Wasn't a great
Yeah,
wasn't
Mortal Kombat
I'll be
New
honest,
Age
bro.
or something.
So that would be way better, bro. But yeah, it wasn't a great game, honestly.
Really?
I played it for a while, though. As it normally goes. And then, I did have fun with it, though. And then now I'm on, Kingdom Hearts, another single-player game called Final Fantasy. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
I have heard of it.
Connor wanted me to play it, and I meant to getting around to play it. He bought it for me for Christmas, and wow, it's such a good game, bro.
Nice.
So good.
That's a good gift.
Yeah, great gift, bro. Because they're fucking expensive as hell, dude. It's like $60 for a game, 70.
That's crazy. The base rate went up to 70.
Yeah, isn't that? It's just like fucked, bro. It's only gonna
everything
get crazy.
goes up.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
That's the way it be.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I've really been playing is there's like a fighting game. You ever heard of Dragon Ball? Like
yeah.
Like there's like a fighting game.
Really, like a Mortal Kombat version of that.
Yeah, but
like somewhat
3D fighting game. So it's more you have more the cameras behind you.
Yeah.
It's more like third person. You can like move your character around all around.
Literally 2D.
Yeah, like
left
just
to right,
left
up
right.
down.
Yeah, this is more like I can go everywhere. And
and
it's they released games when I was a kid and I played them a bunch, and then this is like there hasn't been a game for like 12 years, and they finally released another one. I think October or something. I don't know.
And is it great?
Oh, it's fucking fantastic, bro.
When games take a long break like that, like they're waiting for something.
Yeah. And
if they've got like a legendary first, that's the good thing about some companies and not others. If they've got a legendary first game, they'll take a while to develop. Like Skate 3 to Skate 4 is Skate 4 is going to be so good. But then there's, unfortunately, Bungie that has Destiny 1 and it's a hit. So they rush DLC. Destiny 2, here you go. DLC.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Let people ride it. It's working. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No. Remind me about Skate, though, because there's
Let's
something
talk about, or were you,
there was something else.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Dragon Ball.
Something else you've been playing.
Or no, just something about Dragon Ball. Yeah, I've just been playing those games, and there's pretty much my only other point was they like people always find something to complain about, right? There's things I probably could complain about in the game, but overall it's a great game. Compared to like if I'm gonna pay $70 for a game, I'll pay it on that. Yeah, you know what I mean.
And this comes down to kind of what we were talking about earlier about you think you understand people on certain levels. Like I bet the people who made that game for whatever reason, like they thought it was perfect when they made it. You know what I mean? Like when hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars go into a game,
which
like,
is crazy. Millions of dollars in a game is wild.
Then like they do it as perfect as they can, and that's like how it always works. That's how it works with everything. You do it the best you can, and then they put it out there, and they're like, oh, like these people didn't like this, these people didn't like that, whatever. But like the Destiny, when they would put a patch and nerf certain guns and help others, like I doubt they were like sitting in design meetings like.
Nah,
fusion
not.
rifles, baby. Let's pump them up.
Definitely not. Yeah,
they're like, all right, how can we balance this out? Fusion rifles suck and no one's using them. Let's give them a little boost. Fuck, that was too much.
Too much. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was like. 100%, bro.
Yeah.
Or I bet if it ever did get to that point where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, let's boost fusion. They're never gonna be like, oh, that was too much. Just be like, oh, this is fun, but you know what I mean. There's always like,
and
they always think about it differently.
And too, when they're doing test plays of the game, they're looking at certain stuff, which they should. Like you want them to test the things they're working on, obviously, but they're probably playing with fusion rifles and they're playing against someone else who's also probably very good at the game, and they're like, all right, you use a hand cannon, I'm gonna use a fusion rifle, like
let's try
duke it out.
Well, that's the thing. I think,
like they're thinking about it. It's not
yes
clash game, and like it's random people who everyone's using the fusion rifle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. No, I think Bungie is the one. I think the like traditional PvP game, and like that's what they're doing. They're actually testing against another good player, someone that knows how to play the game. Bungie, unfortunately, was the case where everyone's like, nobody's playing PvP in a competitive way, so when they get in to test it, like things are maybe OP,
I see,
but they're not in their mind. They're not like, oh, this is OP. It's like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, it's good. It's like, holy fuck, I'm getting mapped by a fusion rifle from like 15 feet.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I wonder if they ever think that, like, we play this game and we know how it works, so we're a little better. Like, let's make it better for the average player.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right? Yeah, and I think that's like just different mindset. But about Skate though, bro. Two things.
Oh yeah,
Skate 4 is coming out. Did you see that?
Yeah, the trailer.
I think 2025. I think there's going to be an early access that you can.
Oh, they said like
this
definite.
Year. Yeah, this year.
Can I Google that real quick?
I'm pretty sure 2025 there will be an early access that you can get to. I don't know when, but and then dude there's.
I want to get that. If there's a way, how do you get? Is it just like first to download?
Oh, Skate 4, not.
Oh, thanks.
No, you're good.
Damn, okay, so
I don't know. All I saw was that 2025 there will be.
Wow.
And good news is Skate 4 will be releasing an early access sometime in early 2025.
I think this video is pretty cool.
Yeah, from what I've seen.
Whoa, that's soon.
Yeah, it's very soon. So, what I've seen, bro, the game looks so fucking good.
Did you watch this little clip?
I believe probably, I did. Yeah. I've seen probably
these
like
are
what
all
they.
Pictures. I haven't seen
pictures. Yeah. Well, I think these might just be screenshot.
Yeah, these are definitely just
from the actual.
It looks
no,
cool.
that says pre-alpha.
This is new. This definitely wasn't.
Yeah, I haven't seen that playtest.
Although I'm surprised the palm trees don't look bad.
Oh, there's a Skate 4 playtest. You can sign up to try and get access to the closed build. That's okay. So it's just like a really, really early access.
How do you do that?
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know if you could anymore. It's probably at a different.
The sign up. Oh wait. As Skate Insider, you have the chance to play early versions of the game and provide feedback through our development journey. The sign up. What? We need to scale access to Skate gradually as development. How do you sign up? Right here.
You can sign up to play Skate 4 right here.
Early development. The playtest will initially only be PC. Fuck. Well, that'll work for you.
Yeah.
Via Origin. Plans include
Origin.
in the future. Dude, I want to fucking sign up for that. How
yeah,
sick
that's
would that
sick,
be? Be able to play it and give them feedback.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Because I hope that this game, I hope they don't fumble with this because it looks fucking fantastic. And EA made Skate 3, right? Or like the Skate games in general, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, so that's really fucking exciting. Also, the other thing about like Skate 3 in particular is, there's this guy that I saw on YouTube. He just like popped up. I was looking at Skate video. I was looking at Skate. I was like just looking at, the game and all that shit. I was like, oh, okay. And I found this guy like Skate 3, bro. He was like 1v1ing because the Skate 3 servers are still up for the game.
Yeah.
So he was 1v1ing like his Twitch chat and shit. And bro, the tricks they're doing is crazy, bro.
Imagine if you played Skate nonstop. Since
there are like competitive people that like do. And get these crazy high scores.
We should watch some of that.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, there's some challenges. I'll go on Skate 3 every now and then. Not as much recently, but like especially when I was at school, like if we were just chilling around, sitting around, like one guy's eating dinner, just hit the bong. It's
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean.
Put
5
some-
o'clock.
yeah.
We had like 3 or 4 TV set up, so I would just like
Oh,
throw
that's
Skate
sick.
3 on
Yeah.
one of them.
That's a good idea.
Dude, yeah,
bro.
we had the double-decker couch and the one TV. We had like one TV on a table like this, and then there was like a little fireplace ledge with the
With the other
big
TV.
TV
Yeah,
on
that's
it, yeah.
awesome, bro.
we would play
that's
like
a great
zombies,
idea.
and the top level couch was eye level with like the
The
flat
everything.
screens.
Yeah, bro.
I gotta find a picture of that. I
Yeah,
definitely
that's
got a
sick. I don't
picture
know. I don't
somewhere.
remember ever seeing it. I don't think I ever have.
But anyway, there's like challenges on there that I still can't do. Like there's a handful of like
bro.
own the spots where it's like
Yes.
get
Yeah.
2,500 points, but it's like the square is like this big, and there's like a trash can and
Something like
a
nothing
rail
to do
and-
with.
Yeah, there's nothing.
What
to
I've
work
seen,
with.
bro, is that people get their points up by doing like, dude, if you we
What,
gotta look up the
spins?
video. Like,
Yeah,
I can't
let's
even
look it
like.
up.
He's like
that-
not even doing. He's just going straight and like doing these flips and like moving his character, and he's getting like 2K for every kickflip he does, which is crazy.
What?
Like, yeah, crazy amounts of points because he's
And
doing
I
like
bet-
more than a kickflip.
Yeah, he's like
Like
hitting
he's
the
like
triggers
turning
for-
and yeah, he's like it's crazy.
That's
bro.
the thing. You got to do like multiple things at once, and like a certain type of grab, a 180 spin, and a
I
kick
can't-
flip. and
You're
you
like,
land
what
on a
the
nollie.
fuck, bro? Yeah, like what I was, and dude, like, oh, dude, there was some sick, like, he tries, there's like a specific way on this certain map that he kind of like hits the ramp, and I'm pretty sure, like, when he he just does some sick thing and like jumps off and then lands it and goes flying off, bro. I used to
Oh,
kinda see it.
it's like a glitch where he gets it, or not even a glitch.
Yeah,
where
but he just gets so
jump-
much
yeah, and
speed,
it's
bro.
so-
He's like flying.
I feel like I'll do that every now and then on accident, but
But yeah,
Never
but it's
on
like
purpose.
it's hard to like.
he does it
hit
every time.
Yeah. There's something. Yeah, there's like a speed glitch or something I heard in the game. Like there's something like with
Yeah.
competitive people or something.
Oh.
Like yeah, like people,
Even beyond just the throwing your board down and you fly.
I don't even know. I don't.
Interesting.
There's some. Maybe that is it. I just heard like yeah, like there's a speed glitch and like comp people will take advantage of that to hit like crazy tricks. And, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just weird, bro.
There is, it looks like a glitch, but I don't know if the creators put it in on purpose. It's like you said, there's certain ways, like there's a little curb and a dude hits it the right way and
And then he
flies
goes
off.
flying.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't find a
Picture of it.
good fucking picture. I know I have a picture. Oh, this
That was
might
a
be a
long-
good one. Yeah, this was a long time ago.
I was gonna say it had to have
Um,
been what, like 3
Damn.
3 years ago.
Yeah, this was last year, but
Oh, last year?
I don't know.
I thought it was like beginning of college. No.
No, this was my senior year
Oh, okay. Okay.
place. But where? Okay, so I'm in February of 24. So that was this past February. I don't know where I would have. It would have to be like a picture in passing. You know what I mean? Like someone took a video.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I do have one that might show it.
I mean, it sounds like a dope setup, bro.
My one friend Grant had Legos, and he like loved his Legos.
That's sick.
And he had like this globe. He had like the globe Lego set, and we were all saying like, that thing's sick, but we gotta like at the end of the year like smash it on the ground and like watch it break or something. And he was like, no. But then one of them broke. It broke by accident. Someone was like hanging something up and it fell. And then he said we could break like one of the other ones.
Oh,
but-
it's like at that point.
Yeah. He was like mad. He was like, fuck it, break the like Spider-Man or whatever.
Damn, bro.
So there's a video of that, and I know that was in front
Respect.
of the TV. But if I don't find it in like 2 more seconds, then fuck it,
Let it
because
go.
it's not that
I
deep.
feel you. If you find it, just send it my way. Give it a
yeah.
slight.
Long time ago, so many videos, crazy.
Elijah Bushaman.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but they subbed.
Dude, just water bottle.
I think this might be. You want to watch this deleted scene from The Office? I think
Yeah.
this is from like the extra thing. Sorry, I have to.
No, yeah, bad.
I got it. That was.
What?
I was just looking through pictures for way too long.
It's not that long, bro. It was like 2 seconds, right? You're good. You're good. Good catch. My elbow is good. What?
Yes. So you got the signal from the third base coach. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was a fly out to deep right. I run around second. He tagged up, didn't he? And, it was dark for one thing.
The fuck, bro? That's so good, bro. That's a deleted scene.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
That would have been a banger, bro. They
Oh,
should have kept that in.
Dude, it's crazy.
That's so good.
You gotta watch these Superfan episodes on Peacock, dude. Like there's
It's the most
shit
like,
like
vague conversation.
yeah,
I've ever-
it's either like there'll be like a 3-second clip of someone's face where they're like there's a lot on Creed where it'll like look over to Creed and he's like, or like just doing something crazy.
something stupid.
And you're like,
yeah.
is that new? I think it is. But then other times there's like full ass scenes where like I know
you
that
know
wasn't
that's
in
not
there.
real, yeah, bro.
And I knew if it was
Nah,
a
bro.
50-second long video that it. I was like,
Well,
the
it was
only
gonna
way I
be-
would have taken
yeah,
that long
bro.
of a video is if it.
No, but they're only on Peacock, yeah. So
yeah.
It's like,
Do you have
fuck.
Peacock or no?
No,
I think
don't.
there's. I think you can watch it for free with ads.
Okay, bet. Then I fucking will, if I can, bro.
Like
That'd be dope.
90% sure.
I'll
But
t-
yeah,
maybe
they're
I
so
maybe just have
good.
to make an account or something.
Yeah, you have to make an account probably,
Yeah.
but I think it's one of those websites where you can pay and have no ads or it's free,
Free.
like
Well,
Hulu
fuck yeah,
kind
bro.
of.
That'd be dope, bro.
Because isn't Hulu free with ads? I think it used to be at least.
I don't think no.
You don't think it ever used to be?
Well, I think maybe it used to be. I think now it's not. Now
Yeah.
you have to I think the minimum plan you can get is like
$4.99 with
something-
ads.
yeah, with ads
But
or
then you could
something,
get
yeah.
premium or whatever.
yeah, like the
probably
one
with
that
no ads.
Connor pays for Hulu now, and I
Okay.
pay half, and the one he gets the one no ads.
That's
That's
nice.
probably like pretty expensive. but
Yeah.
you know. What
how,
I mean?
well, how much do you pay?
I give
month
him I think 10, maybe it's
Okay.
20.
Yeah.
something.
So it's 20 a month. Yeah.
20. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know.
that makes sense.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy. There was something else I was gonna say back on the video game topic. We were talking about Skate 3, Destiny.
We're talking about
This
Battlefield.
I guess this is what I was thinking, but it's way delayed now. But we were talking about Destiny, how like the gameplay testers, when they're testing a game, would play it and they're really good at the game, so they're looking at it through like a very skilled lens. And do they think to themselves, well, we're good at this game, let's make it a little different for the average player? Like they're guessing
like
what the average
easier
player
or-
would
yeah,
think.
Yeah.
And my question was, do you think it's better for games to be built around the really good players who are going to play it a lot and really understand the pros and cons and issues in the game, or should they build it for the average
The
middle of the
noobs.
road player? That
The
way-
casual that gets on.
Yeah, exactly.
Great question. I think see, it's tough. I think certain games are different, you know, so for example, a game like Apex Legends, you know, have you ever
Yeah.
heard of that game?
Yeah.
Like so there's definitely a competitive scene for it, but there's also, you know, a big casual, like people that play casually. And I think you know, if you're going into, it's tough. Like if you're going into a casual match, like a quick play kind
Yeah.
of game mode, I think there shouldn't be restrictions on what you should do, right? Like,
Yeah.
so you know how, like, if you play comp, for
Yeah.
example, like there may be, you can't use this certain thing,
Yeah,
or there's
yeah.
bans on certain maps. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
slightly
casual
different rules.
should
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I don't think casual should have anything like that. But I think, yeah, like the heart of the game should be balanced
Yeah.
from someone that knows it in and out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
agree with that. You don't want the average
not the
player
rules,
making the decisions.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Like, especially on
That makes sense. That's a
on
good
balancing like weapons, if you were. Like,
Yeah.
If we're going to talk about like Destiny, for example, perfect example. Like, you know, you have the devs are catering to the casual community,
Yeah.
right? So all of the buffs and things are going to be for a more, you know, like. A more casual,
less skilled audience,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's just going to be more, you know, goofy and just like, you know, chaos, which then in turn makes the game's longevity, I feel like, not good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, after, like, for example, Destiny can only burn you so many fucking times before it's like, I can't do this
Yeah,
anymore. You know what
true.
I mean? But like an example being like when they made fusion rifles fucking insane
Yeah.
back in the day. You know what I mean?
They
well,
were
it always kinda
so
came out.
good for a
But
period.
yeah, like it gets to a point where it's like, okay, maybe this was fun for the first day, but now it's like, okay, I can't
Yeah.
find the even courage to get on and play because I know I'm just gonna get mad.
Yeah,
Fusion when I
yeah,
try to take a
exactly.
primary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
So
like you
I
have
think-
no other option.
Yeah, like the game needs to be like at its core balanced 100% on by like people that know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because-
Totally.
I think and I know like that's where the money is with the casuals. That's why that is the way it is. That's why it's balanced like that because they want to keep the 9 to 5
Yeah.
dad on the game for
Yeah,
as long as
exactly.
they fucking
Yeah.
can. If they can keep him coming back,
Yeah.
their pockets are full. you
Yeah.
know?
They
And I
want them
get
back
it.
because their pockets are full, and I bet like you also want like the most amount of people to have the most enjoyment out
Enjoyment
of
of the
your
game. Yeah.
And if you base it around the middle guy, the most average player, then in theory, the other people, the really bad people won't like it, and the really good people won't like it. But
But yeah,
the
I see.
biggest
But
number,
the biggest
you know
number
what I
of
mean?
people
Yeah.
will enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
whereas
so I
if
think
you
that's
makes it even just a little bit better players, then the average guy likes it, and the extremes like it. But then the
yeah.
super casuals
Exactly,
hate
and
it, you know?
and that's why like I think it's important to have like game mode. Like that's where I think a lot of things go wrong. Is like game modes should change the game
Yeah.
more drastically, right?
Yeah,
like
that's I guess that is a solution to the problem. Have casual and competitive, because then the casual can play casual and the competitive
can
play
be right, and
competitive.
I know it can be a lot to maybe balance things like more in depth for just one specific game mode,
Oh,
but
I
it
see
needs
what
to be
you
like
mean.
that, like
an AR fires or does
things need to be
19
different.
damage
Maybe
instead of
not the
23,
like
yeah.
heart of the the damage.
Yeah.
The damage is exactly what I'm
Mhm.
getting at. Like certain things, I like competitive should make the game competitive. Like
Yeah.
when you go into competitive, it should be a more skill based kind of
Yeah.
game mode rather than when you go into casual, some guy's fucking spamming abilities at
Yeah,
you and like doesn't even
exactly.
shoot his gun and you die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like that shouldn't be a thing. I think when it comes and a lot of games don't. They just like blur the line.
Yeah,
Like both
yep.
sides are the same.
Or the
exact thing.
games or the guns work the same way in multiple
Exactly.
game modes.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's also true. You don't want it would be tough for people to adjust. That would more so like lock people into casual or competitive.
And yeah, and I get that they don't want to split people up. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that was a big thing. It's like you want to have everybody in one mode
yeah.
playing, so there's the biggest pool of people to like play with. And I
Mhm.
get that 100%. But there needs to be places for the people that really want the sweaty
To
environment
go for that.
to go.
Did
because-
Destiny 2 ever have casual and competitive?
Yes,
I guess
it had
Trials
quick play.
was the
It had
sense
quick
of
play. And it had a game mode that was called competitive.
Okay.
But the only thing in the game mode that was different was the mode, right? So
Yeah.
like you go in, it's not 6v6 or something. It's like
3v3.
it's 3v3 and it's like
salvage or something.
yeah, skirmish or something.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like it's
Where
nothing.
did the people in that lobby tend to be a lot better?
Like
Would you play that lobby mostly, or would
I
you
would
play,
always I would always play the competitive
Yeah.
playlist or just like
Dude,
I
we
would
should
always play
D1.
Yeah,
your
D-
HDMI thing is fucked up.
Yeah, which
isn't
is unfortunately. But did you hear they updated D1? Like
it?
out of
Yeah,
nowhere,
yeah.
like the
Christian
tower,
sent the thing
for
yeah.
some reason. Yeah, it's like all.
I think I have it on there. We could go in.
Yeah, bro, we should go check it out. But yeah, it just what was I saying? Something.
Balance about the good players and bad players.
Yeah,
and
there
how
just
they
needs to
don't-
be a line for sure, like
Yeah.
because like Destiny, they had a competitive game mode, but the only thing that was competitive was just the game mode, not like nothing was different, right? Like
Yeah.
abilities or certain things didn't work differently.
It was just a sign that said
competitive.
sweats welcome.
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. But there was
Entering high sweat territory.
Exactly.
You know.
And don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, like it was fun, it was a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think if you wanted it truly to be competitive, like where people are playing for fucking money, then there
Yeah.
needs to be changes like
Yeah.
that. You know,
That's a good point. There's competitive casual players and there's competitive.
Yeah.
Like people who play like 12 hours a day every day for
Dude,
5 years.
The people
Yeah.
playing fucking Fortnite and they're like people that play Fortnite, and you know what, like they hold scrims pretty much,
Yeah.
and so like they'll people will just get on Fortnite and only scrim
Yeah.
and then do tournaments, and that's it. Like
Yeah.
they don't even bother playing casual or anything like that.
They're like
just
above that.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
literally just
Yeah.
scrimming and then off.
Yeah.
And then like it's like okay.
My one friend Tanner was so into Fortnite. Like I know he won some tournaments and made some money off it.
Really?
He was really good. But he would literally most of the time he would play, he wouldn't play games. He would just go into private matches and build. He would just like build
Build a
around
bunch
and
of shit.
practice like shooting out of windows with
And
like.
that's
no-
a good idea, bro.
It's a good idea, but yeah, he would like
So much.
never. It was like
yeah, separate from the actual
strictly
game.
playing to get good at it as opposed to
Playing for
what we
enjoyment.
would play or I would
Yes.
play. At least would
No,
just,
I
like,
get that,
I'm gonna just go
100%.
in and play and shoot people.
And
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
No, I get that 100%, bro.
But it's
Yeah.
like almost not fun playing with him because he'll just like build a giant fort around someone and kill him, and I'm like, I'm
Oh,
almost
man.
there, man. You know?
Yeah, no, I
like
get
he's
that,
so
bro. It's
much
like,
better
oh,
than
shit.
me that it's
That
like,
it's just like not even.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean, I think there was always part of me that like really wanted to be. I think
Yeah.
Destiny was the most competitive it got for me.
yeah,
like, that was,
definitely
like,
for me. Yeah,
peak, like,
absolutely.
like oh maybe
I
I could
wanna
do
get
some
good at
like I
this.
was scrimming in Destiny at one point. Like,
Really?
yeah, you know what
Yeah.
Face It is? Have you ever heard of Face It?
Face, it sounds familiar.
It's a website that you can pretty much just scrim and then you can no, I'm good. I still got a decent amount.
like LFG but for scrimmages.
Yeah, essentially, but like you can like you play for points and like on the website, and if you get like a high points, you can get like rewards and yeah, and like you can get like you get clout from that and like you know other shit. So it's like let's say like you're
That's
you're
very cool.
streaming and you are only scrimming. Like you know, Destiny scrims is like so like it's like the least competitive game.
Yeah.
But if for example, if you're like scrimming Destiny and you're streaming and then you're like level 10 in Face It, which is like max points,
Okay.
max like you're top of the chain, then people are gonna see you. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? 100%.
It's like a verified check kind of, but there's different
like, you're
levels
good
of
as
it.
fuck.
Yeah.
For that kind of thing though, because like
That is cool. They had that. I
yeah,
never heard of that.
yeah. So like people will
Like an external rank, because in game not in Destiny, but in like Overwatch and shit, you're like platinum, double platinum.
yeah, like yeah, Destiny there were like ranks for competitive, but it was super
Were there?
loose. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
super. It was just points. You just get
Yeah,
points. then.
yeah.
It wasn't, and like I know other ranks are points, but it's just like I don't know. It didn't. Maybe it was because I had so much
People
time
didn't
in the
take it
game.
seriously.
Yeah, that
like
it
they did
wasn't
with the other
serious to
one.
me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe some people, like people. I know some people definitely sweat when they got in that game mode, especially
Yeah.
like higher when you got higher to the top. But it was like, to me, the whole time it was just not serious.
Was
You
it
know what I
in
mean?
that game mode skill-based matchmaking where, like, if you just started playing competitive and you had 200 points, they wouldn't match you up with someone who had 5,000 points? Like how Trials is by the end,
That's how it
you
should have
always match up with like a ninth
like so
ninth
yes.
win game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
as
someone's-
opposed to
Well,
going
they
against
did have
a
it that, but
shitty-
I'm pretty sure they changed it. So
Oh,
now, like, you
really?
can just match with someone could be on their first fucking game.
Yeah.
And you can match with them. But
Yeah.
I think that's just because the game
Mhm.
declines.
Or you could get someone who
Yeah.
is way better than you.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, well, that's at the time when I was playing too, in competitive, I had a duo I would play with. You know, the kid Sebastian.
Yeah.
We would play together. Like he was the duo. We would sweat and shit, and we would always play competitive together. And the third was always terrible. Bro.
Really?
Terrible. Like not, and I don't mean like just bad. Like
Garbage.
terrible.
Yeah.
Like doesn't even know how to sprint. Like
Damn.
you know what I mean. And the people we were going against was like a full good ass
Yeah.
team. At least two of the kids on their team were as good as we were, and then one was like at
Way
least
better.
better than
Yeah.
our third. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
At all times, bro.
Yeah.
At all times.
Yeah.
Um,
That's fucked.
And yeah, so like it was always an uphill battle. I
Yeah.
remember it was just
Yeah.
like, damn, this is fucking brutal, bro.
I don't almost never play D1 now, but there's been a handful of times over the last like year, maybe not even year, like throughout college, maybe 3 or 4 times where I went on. I was like, fuck it, let me just see if I can find a match.
Yeah.
And sometimes when doubles is up, I'll find a match.
Bro, double's the best one.
And it's fun when no one's in a squad, but when the other two are in a squad and
You
it's
just
me
get
and some
wiped.
random, yeah, it's so bad.
yeah, I believe
Yeah.
that, bro. Because I bet people still sweat on that fucking
Definitely,
game.
yeah.
Like, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
the people who are in duos playing right now as a
100%, bro. Like, oh, do is up. Let's go. It's
yeah.
like, oh, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That is a
nah, bro.
fun ass game.
It is a great game.
Yeah.
It is. And Destiny 2, I think, had a lot of awesome things to offer. And I'm glad I played on PC. I'm glad I played.
Yeah.
But I just do the tiniest bit regret playing for as long as I did.
Really.
Because right when I felt like I was like losing passion for the game, my skill like decreased. Right. So it was
Interesting,
just
yeah.
like I'm still playing Trials every weekend with like, you know, people like the squad I have that,
Yeah.
you know, I've been playing with forever. And getting it down, and with the duo with my duo, like we're doing trials, but it's like it gets to a point where it's just like I don't have the passion, and I'm like we're losing games because I'm just not like in
You're
it
like don't
anymore.
fully care.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
yeah.
just not like I don't fully care, and like I'm easy to just get like irritated and be like, all right, I'm done, bro. Like,
Totally.
so I just did play it for too long. There was a lot of times where like I just go on and do like private matches.
Yeah.
And that's a good time. Like, that's fine.
Mhm.
But yeah, like just like I feel like the whole of the game just playing it for too long.
Yeah.
Instead of moving on to something different.
Dude, it's like there's few things in my, this is crazy to say, but like few things that, or it's not crazy. It's crazy to think about. There are few things in my life that give you like that euphoria, happiness, fulfillment, accomplishment type
Yes.
feeling as being in like you have 8 wins on your trials card.
Yeah, and you made
It's
it.
tied 4-4. It's a close
I
round.
totally
2
agree,
people
bro.
are dead, and there's 2 on their team left, and then you get one and res your teammate, and then you get sniped, and then
And
the
it's just like and you
yeah.
do it and you clutch
and
it
then
out
you
and
win and you go flawless.
Exactly,
like
bro.
that feeling
best
is so. It's such like a fuck yes.
Yeah, and I think that's why I really enjoy like competitive gaming in
Yeah.
a sense. Like not necessarily like super competitive, but competitive to a point like the Dragon Ball game I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Like that's the competitive game I play now. Like that's where I'll go
Okay.
on and I'll like try really hard. And like I got to the max rank in the game, like the highest
Really?
rank. Yeah, like I made it. Like,
You're, like,
it took fucking
all
forever.
in on it.
Yeah, it took forever, but now I can say after getting to the max rank, like I have such a better understanding of how to fight and make the game like get people in combos where it's like hard to get out of, and because the game is so like in depth.
You're
that
like
it's so hard to
Jedi
learn.
at it
But
now.
yeah, like
Yeah.
exactly. But that like feeling of like when I do something really fucking cool and it's like, oh, that combo was sick and now
Yeah.
he's dead. Like
and
you
you
know
just
what I mean?
like muscle memory. Did it.
Exactly the whole
Yeah.
thing. It's just
Yeah.
like you said, no fucking better feeling, bro.
Dude, it's kind of, it makes sense that people get addicted to video games because video games really are more exciting than everyday life.
So
Like you're
much
sitting
more
there, the screen's taking up your whole view. You're dialed in. You got
Exactly.
these headphones on, nice and loud.
Especially with
you hear
the
some footsteps.
headphones.
You're like, "Where's that guy?"
Where's it?
You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
the most
I thought it was around the corner.
interactive.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's so stimulating
I
and
totally
engaging.
agree, bro. I totally
The
agree.
daily life like doesn't match.
Not
you
at
know?
all. And I think VR is like wants to be there at some point, but like I think if for the best gaming experience for like a casual player, headphones, a controller,
Yeah.
and the game right in front of you,
Yep.
like you said, it's way more immersive than you really think, especially when you're playing a single player game that's
Yeah.
like something that's like story driven that you're walking through and doing.
Yep.
It's just like so easy to get so wrapped up in the world
Totally.
so quickly. And that's like the best thing,
And-
especially when you smoke.
And
bro.
it only takes up like it fully occupies like 2 of your senses, visual and hearing. And this ties into what we were talking about last week, where imagine 10, 20, however many years in the future when there's quantum computing where computers aren't limited by how fast they can compute because
Right.
they can compute
Bro,
infinite things at once. Like imagine when it can not only simulate your vision and your hearing, but the games can also
like
simulate
feeling
your body and your taste and your smell.
yeah, bro.
Dude, your
that's
smell, you
crazy.
walk into an area, it smells like burnt gunpowder or something.
You're like, oh shit,
You
yeah,
see
the
bear
war zone.
shit and it smells and you're like, fuck, there's a bear.
There's
around.
a,
Yeah.
Yo, that's so true. Yeah, and that's exciting, bro. It's funny that you mentioned quantum computing because I was just like watching something on that. Google made a new chip or something. I forget what
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
called.
yeah.
I forget. It has a name.
It
or
does
something.
have a name,
I forget what
yeah.
it's called. But yeah, I was just like
The
watching.
something chip.
Yeah, yeah,
But
and
the
it's like. I like am trying to like fully understand quantum computing, but it's just so hard to wrap your head
Yeah.
around. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a computer basically running on an atom or like an
An electron, smaller than
an electron.
atom.
Yeah, and it's like has to be in like practically like absolute zero. Kind
Yeah,
of like it's super cold or something. And
yeah. It's
if anything, it's just so weird to like understand how it all works. you know
totally.
what I mean?
And it's so like foreign to us because we're used to life on this scale of like we're made of a bunch of cells. We're like humans. We're made up of our skin and our bones and our organs. I guess skin is an organ, but we're made up of all that stuff, and that's made up of cells, which are made up of mitochondria and all
It
this
all
other
gets smaller and
shit,
smaller,
and
yeah.
all of those are made up of like millions of atoms. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So we're used to life on this scale where tons of atoms are put together. That it's almost impossible for us to wrap. It is really impossible
Yeah.
for us to fully wrap our heads around what it's like at
On
that super
Such a
small
small
atomic
level.
scale.
Yeah.
And people can only understand it through equations. Like they
Yeah,
do
like,
math and
that's
figure
what I
out
was gonna
how
say.
it behaves, and they do these studies to figure out how it behaves, and then they can use that. But they're like, you're always separated by that degree of these are the equations that show us how this works. You don't understand it on like an intuitive level.
See.
You know what I
that
mean?
makes so much more sense actually.
Yeah.
Because I always wondered, like, how do you build something like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, are you building it like, this is what it's gonna look
Yeah.
like. This is exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Like a traditional computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or is it something that's so like kind of theoretical that it's like this
Yeah.
may be what it's doing, but I know that it could
Exactly.
do. It's like, yeah.
It's like-
so weird, bro.
Yeah, like I don't understand a lot about quantum computing, but I understand that like it's almost impossible.
Like
To
fully
understand.
yeah.
It's like fuck, I just lost my train of thought. It's it's like with quantum computing, they do these studies and they may not intuitively understand how the atom works, but they can predict what's going to happen through these
Right.
equations. Then they realize, oh, if we do the results from study A in combination with results from study C, then we know that we're going to get this result.
I see.
Then they like after time they're like, oh, we know all these predictions that are pretty accurate. Then they can tweak them and be like, substitute this into that, and
I
now
see.
they can use it to equate or compute something else. But it's crazy that that's how it was with original computers at work. It's like original computers, the first ones in the world, or all of them now. It's really
Right.
like
Yeah.
you send an electrical signal through a wire, and we know that when that happens, this reaction will occur. And
Right.
then it's a huge network
Of just
of
all
those
these
different types of
reactions.
things.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's
bro.
like it's the same principle. Like we can predict what's going to happen, and we can put a combination of those to compute something. But instead of having electrical signals that run on wires that are made up, I wonder how long this much of copper wire, how many
Yeah.
atoms is made up? So many, millions
Yeah,
probably.
crazy, dude. Holy
It-
shit.
Probably millions. We'll look it up. But so we're doing it now, and we use millions of atoms per calculation.
Yeah.
Imagine if we could use one atom per calculation.
It's fucking
You know what I
insane,
mean? Like
dude. Yeah.
that's the best way I've been able to.
It's
That's
more
my
like,
fundamental understanding. It's like we use millions of atoms to do one calculation of is this a 0 or a 1. And the computers are billions of zeros
Oh my
and ones.
God. Yeah, that's a good
Imagine
way
if
to
you
think
could
it.
use one atom,
atom.
and now that's millions times faster than the thing that's already doing a million a second.
Crazy,
You know, it's
bro.
like
yeah, that is.
it's a
wild, bro.
crazy amount of.
Yeah, I hear that it's like the next revolution or
Yeah,
something. You know
totally.
What I mean? Like that will be what
Yeah.
kind of blows up.
Yeah,
And I can imagine, bro. Like, think about like if you really kind of get to a spot where you really understand kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, and then what you can build out of that.
dude, to be on that cutting edge of
Bro,
technology.
that has to be so
If you're
cool,
one of those
dude.
people, like
So
the top
cool.
0.001%
like
of
top.
coders and AI developers,
Yeah.
you are living in a whole different world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely, bro. Best way to say it,
The
bro.
way it looking, how everything works is probably so different.
Oh my god, yeah. Holy shit, dude.
Like I look at this as, we go in, click the button, this thing
This
is for the
works.
mic.
Yeah, exactly.
They're probably
exactly.
like, this Bluetooth sending blah 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 signal,
Signal
to
to
there
that.
do it.
Yeah,
And
like they know exactly
and the reason
how it's working.
it's going up is because it's receiving,
This
it's thinking
and-
about the amount of decibels, and then it projects it onto
Exactly.
the screen, and it puts these
So
cool little
crazy,
colors
bro.
on it to show whatever. You know, like
But also, it's like, who are those people? Like, do you think
who knows?
are they these people that are so intelligent that they prefer to be behind the scenes, or is it like someone that is like, oh,
I think it's
That's
well,
more-
yes and no, because I bet there's people that do it and they don't even necessarily prefer to be behind the scenes. Like maybe in their life they're like, I don't mind being the guy who
right.
does the talking in front of everyone, but they're like working at companies and the CIA,
Right,
like
it's
they're
not-
high up in these
I
meetings. They might
see.
be the front guy. They're the manager of
Yeah.
their whatever branch or their partner, making $800,000 a year plus stocks at some company.
Fucking
You know what I
crazy, bro.
mean?
Yeah.
Or in the CIA doing
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
that's
and
true.
Someone leads all the CIA people through
Yeah.
their coding projects. Yeah, like
yeah.
those types of guys. But also, then you have guys like Mark Zuckerberg who are super coders, AI understanding how they
How it all
build these
works and shit,
products,
yeah.
and he's the opposite of. He's like on an extreme scale.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
true, bro.
of publicity.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Oh
he's
my God.
in
Yeah.
front of
He does-
Congress.
yeah.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I did see that.
He was
shit,
just
yeah.
on Joe Rogan the other day. I watched. I'm like,
Yeah, I heard it was
halfway
a
through
good
It's very
listen.
good. You should watch it.
Damn,
Dude.
all right, bro.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, no. I don't. Mark Zuckerberg was always like. I know people always said he was like a reptile or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
always funny to. It's funny that he puts himself out there as much. You
Yeah.
can tell that he does. I feel like really love social media and like that he like
Yeah.
is really passionate about it all. You know.
It's interesting, like, and I guess there's a lot of people like this, but like we saw him change over time. Like I used to think Mark Zuckerberg was kind of a weird dude. Just
Yeah,
like
me too.
And that video, the way he sipped water in Congress was like so
weird.
just like
Yeah.
awkward human
Yeah,
motions.
that's true,
But
bro.
now I see him, I'm like, oh, he's actually a pretty cool dude. Like when you hear him on Joe Rogan for
Yeah,
2 hours
yeah.
straight. But he was in the news about technology and Facebook from the time he was 19,
So
20
long,
years
yeah.
old. Now he's over 40. Like that's so much time to change. Imagine how we are
That's
when we
true,
were
bro.
19 and what we're going to be like when we're 40.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true, man. It's
if
just, like,
everything
less
we would
awkward.
imagine we're fucking 19 running some company
That would
that's
be-
getting
all right,
millions
yeah,
of users
yeah, that's
each.
crazy.
You know what I mean? Like
That's crazy, bro.
you're gonna do and say some weird shit, especially if you're the type of guy. And
That's
this
more
is
like
what he was saying on
introverted.
Joe Rogan. He was like, "Yeah, I was really good at coding, but I was really bad at going on TV appearances and
And,
shit
yeah,
like
the
that." And
social
he would go on
Makes sense,
TV
bro,
and they
you know?
cut it up into some snippet that makes him look like an idiot. And
Yikes,
he was
bro.
like, "This sucks." But they were talking about how the internet, and it's very true. It's like a totally different format. You can just be yourself and talk, and it's whatever.
Yeah,
but
bro,
when
that's
you're
true.
on, when you have a 1 hour TV show where you got commercials,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're entertaining. And
Things gotta get
yeah,
done. Yeah.
exactly.
No,
Yeah,
I get
there's
that,
an
100%.
agenda, and you have this amount of time for each.
Yeah,
thing.
there's a video. Have you seen the video of him? He's like, I'm smoking meats here in my backyard or something. Have
Yeah,
you seen it, bro?
Mark
You gotta look
Zuckerberg.
it up. It's the funny. This is like what makes me like, oh, like this.
Let's
You
see.
can tell this guy like just loves social media. I feel like because like he's got to know like this is corny, but he's just like just
he
having
knows how
fun.
people are gonna react.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. But like he doesn't care. He's just having fun, smoking meats. Yeah, just say that. Mark. Yeah.
I said Smuckerberg. Zuckerberg.
Smuckerberg.
Meats.
Just do videos and see.
This one, 30 seconds. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I mean you could. Yeah. Oh no, I probably the first one. Go back. Yeah. Zuckerberg
This one's
like
2
smoked
minutes.
meats.
You think that's it?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, it's that long.
Yeah, I think so. It's just pretty much. You're
I'm
gonna have
gonna-
to watch the whole
I,
thing.
I was thinking of this too. Remember that one time that
Everyone,
when is this from? Oh, 6
Long
years
time
ago.
yeah.
Dude, he looks so different now. Have you
I
seen
know.
him recently?
Yeah, he's like more in shape now.
Yeah,
than me,
and
yeah.
he like, I'm just gonna look up a picture of him on Joe Rogan. He just looks like a surfer type dude. Type dude. Zuck Joe Rogan.
Oh my god, bro, he really does.
Yeah,
He's got
right.
the fro.
Yeah,
and
he's got a
chain.
fro and a chain.
Yeah,
he's
bro,
like more
oh my
tan
God.
and he's
Yeah.
more built. You
Yeah,
know,
what the fuck? bro?
compared to that looks
This
like a
is
lizard. you
yeah,
know?
he does. Like,
You've seen the
especially
clip
look
of
at
him
his
sipping
eyes.
the water too,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, his eye, especially.
Just
paused,
wait,
yeah.
yeah, just wait. Like,
But remember that time the stream ended because we were watching something copyrighted?
oh, that was it.
I think that definitely it was it because I got like emails saying like your clip was ended or blah 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 copyrighted. But now I'm thinking if there's no one watching, normally the clips of us watching something don't come out good, and if I posted that, it would get copyrighted.
Yeah.
So I'll just like leave it on this.
Oh, so
and
we
so
can
it
watch it.
wouldn't
Yeah,
get
that's a good
copyrighted,
idea.
you
Yeah,
know
that's a
what I
good
mean?
idea.
I'm from my backyard where I am smoking a brisket and some ribs. I'm making meats now. Smoking these meats here.
Just
Meat smoking. It's smoking. So I'm the meat chef.
I'm the meat chef.
Yeah, someone asked me, do I smoke meat? Smoking meat. Smoking these meats. Smoking meats earlier in the day. Smoking these meats. Just set the charcoal up and you set the wood chips up, and then smoking meats, grilling meats, good smoky flavor. Smoke a brisket for like 12 hours. You smoke lemon chicken, smoke salmon, you'll love it. Bison sirloin.
He was
This
like
is the
live.
original video we put
No,
out,
no,
or
no.
this is a cut
This is
together?
cut up. So he was live on like Instagram or Facebook, and he was talking about smoking meats, and he said it like so many times, bro.
On the grenade.
This is hilarious.
I know, bro. This shit made me die back in the day, bro.
Can I hit that
Meat
pen?
like
Yeah.
brisket. I got ribs in there.
Damn, we still got a minute and a half.
I know. It's,
Off the brisket and the ribs, and we're just sitting in our backyard, finishing off this brisket and these ribs, But hopefully for Canadian Thanksgiving, you get to eat a lot of brisket and ribs. How many of you guys are eating brisket and ribs tonight? Brisket and
You
ribs.
think he was intentionally doing it?
No, bro.
When you hunted the animal yourself. So
That's what makes me
what do you
think
guys
he's
like
like
for dinner?
such a nerd.
Brisket and ribs, I hope.
But-
Delicious brisket and ribs. The ribs and the brisket need to be.
What are you guys making for dinner tonight? Brisket and ribs, I hope.
Brisket. It's a pretty tough cut of meat. The ribs and the brisket. Are you excited?
Bro, that's his wife,
Well,
bro.
my baby back ribs. Yeah, that's what I'm
Just
talking
his
about. Sweet
tone,
baby
like,
raised
it's pretty
barbecue
tough
sauce. That's
cut of
going on the
meat.
ribs. Sweet baby raised. Sweet baby raised or sweet baby raised? Sweet baby raised is very good. Sweet baby raised. Sweet baby raised. We have just applied the sweet baby raise. Sweet baby raise. Sweet baby raise. Maybe throw some sweet baby raise on the ribs. Take it from there.
Yeah.
She's waiting for her ribs. I mean, she knows what's coming, and a sweet baby raise. So that's pretty good. Who doesn't like ribs? Everyone likes ribs. Everyone likes ribs.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, this is what Facebook Live is for. Just hanging out.
Oh, he's
while you're
promoting
sitting in your
Facebook
backyard,
Live.
waiting for your brisket and your ribs to finish smoking. Hey guys, ready? Hey guys, check this out. This is wow. Look at that.
That is a kind of a good way to add. He's
Yeah,
like trying
look.
to promote it.
Hey guys.
Like, so good, bro.
Dude, I
That
get
shit
a
was.
bunch of Whiplash recommendations.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
After those clips.
Oh, it fell off.
So
dude,
funny,
that's
bro.
fucking hilarious.
So good.
Oh, no, I don't want to.
No. Yeah, it's still going.
There we go. Dude, yeah, this is what I mean with the mic. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bumped it by accident. You'll see what I mean. And it's annoying because there's like the hole in the bottom for the box.
Yeah.
You gotta like, each time you twist it, unless I twist the box with it, then the wire gets all knotted up
Oh,
in
bro,
here,
that's so
and then it pushes it off the thing.
Yeah. So you gotta like
Yeah, it's-
straighten it out, line it up. Yeah, that's a pain, bro. You think it's just like one
I
screw?
think it's like the very end of the. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Just one of the like thread things in this.
It's yeah.
screw is
That's a
fucking-
pain in the fucking ass, bro.
You can like try to get it on in the beginning.
I got the shorty. Hey.
Fucking shit. Sorry.
No, you're good, bro. Don't apologize. I definitely
Low tech setup problems.
stopping at Wawa tonight.
Oh yeah. Alright, if I can't get this time, then fuck
Boom.
it.
You'll get it. You'll get it. Bam. Fuck yeah. Witties. Hey. Fuck yeah,
Alright, I'm not moving that at all.
bro. That's
Fuck,
tight.
what was I just gonna say? Fuck, I kind of got to piss again. Care if I take a piss real quick?
Not at all,
I'm gonna
bro. Go
remember
for it.
What were we just talking about? We were talking about video game. Oh, Zuck.
Zuck. Oh, the smoking. Not.
Instagram
Well, that was like
Live,
after that.
smoking meats.
That was after that.
That'll be enough.
Yeah, yeah. That yeah, to jog your memory. We're live. I won't lie, I'm kind of cold right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just a little bit cold. Cold. Smoking meats here. We're just live smoking meats. Mm-hmm. We're just smoking meats, you know. What's that?
I really wonder if these blankets and carpet are outfit. They do look kind of crazy. Like if you didn't know what they were for,
There's like, what the fuck is going on? I like it though. I think it's a good idea. Maybe more padding on them. If maybe like listen back, see what it looks like. Maybe there's a little something. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Say, but I do have another question.
Go for it, bro. Shoot.
So, like all throughout time, our media has changed so much. Like right now, our media is social media, and everyone can post something online, and you see what it is. But before that, it was TV, and that was really the only means of media.
Yeah, that's true.
That and books. Books are still a thing.
Yeah, books are always a thing. They're timeless.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
But before that, it was radio, and then only newspaper, and you go back years and years, like it was only verbal and writings. So my question is, we've had this crazy path of different forms of media. We're not in final form right now. What do you think the next form will be?
It's a good question. I think, now it's digital. Everybody got a device. Regardless if it's an iPhone, you have some off-brand shitty device. Of course, yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. You always have, everyone has some device. Even a fucking homeless guy, I bet you still has a fucking
some
phone
sort of phone
or something. You know what I mean? Like, so, I think next up would be technology and humans kind of together. You know what I mean? Like, so biotechnology essentially.
Yeah.
I think is that's the like next step. So, but yeah, so like, it's hard to predict, right? Like in terms of media, like maybe that's too drastic, right? Maybe that's more futuristic. Maybe right now the next thing is.
That's a good point.
I don't know. All I see is things getting smaller and more.
It's
functional, right?
It's like
so,
over time the interface between humans and technology gets smaller and smaller. Like originally it was just books, and you had to find a book in real life, read it, understand it.
Right.
But then when radio came out, all you had to do is listen. So now that's automatically less work to ingest the information. Then it was TV, which is you're not imagining what they're describing. You can see it in front of you.
And
like it's less processing to understand the information. And now it's been a huge jump from TV to internet and smartphones, because we have the whole internet with a bunch of information.
Yeah.
And all we have to do is use our thumbs. So right now, the only interface is our thumbs to the technology.
That's true,
now,
bro.
if that pattern continues and the interface gets smaller and smaller, then
it would be just
biotech and
I don't know, because I don't really see where else it would go unless it's, we just. Because you already have something like an Apple Watch, you know what I mean? And that's like, that's pretty compact and can do a lot of stuff,
really,
right? So it's like
it is crazy the amount of computing you can have.
And just in your fucking watch, right? So it's like, okay, I feel like, we kind of already crossed that bridge. The next leap forward would either be biotechnology or, I don't know, just having a device, but it be smaller. And I just think smaller is where we're going. Like everything is getting smaller and more compact, but clean more. You know what I mean? Like very like
organized.
Yeah, hard to describe, but a very clean interface, smooth. I don't know if you see everything.
Intuitive.
Like,
very
that seems to be the vibe.
But then some phones seem to be at their limit of small, because they only get so small.
Right, like
can't
go. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't even know what the next thing would be. But I just think it's got to be biotech.
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
And I know the neurochip or whatever, the Neuralink.
Yeah, Neuralink.
They've been messing with that, and apparently it's successful for people with disabilities and stuff. Like,
Neuralink is fucking crazy. Did you see the guy that was on Joe Rogan they got like one of the first Neuralink patients on Joe Rogan,
really?
And the first steps of Neuralink, the like true purpose of it is to help with diseases like like people who are paralyzed and they can't send signals, and there's cerebral palsy. Is that what it is?
I think so.
What did Michael J. Fox have?
No, I don't think that was cerebral palsy. I think that was
begins with a P. I feel like
Parkinson's.
Yeah. So Neuralink was the idea behind it is they can help paralyzed people and people with Parkinson's and people with like nervous system malfunctions. And there's a dude, he's relatively young. He's like 29 or 30 probably. Mm-hmm. And he's paralyzed from the neck down, but they implanted this Neuralink, and the way they program it is crazy. Like he just thinks stuff, and it eventually over like some certain calibration period learns what he wants. So he could be looking at the computer and he scrolls his finger up, nothing happens until the screen moves up, and then now it knows
Like he does the thing in his mind,
yeah,
like
it's just
move finger up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even though his finger's not moving,
yeah.
he sends that signal, and once the computer does it and he stops and moves to something else, now it's like, okay, that's what he wants from
that
this
signal.
signal means
That's
screen up.
crazy, bro.
So
That's
he could have it
awesome,
like
man.
be foot
But
up,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And
That's so weird, bro.
yeah, and he was saying with video games, like it knows where to go based on his eyes. Like your whole field of vision could be broken down into numbers. Like you see this many degrees this way, this many degrees
yeah,
this way.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
all a certain signal from your brain. So it knows like,
Bro,
okay, you look this way, that means you're looking this much, so that's this percentage of the screen over.
Yeah, yeah.
And he has like aimbot, perfect.
Yeah,
aimbot,
I
'cause
did
he
hear
can just
about
look
that,
it ahead
yeah.
and shoot, and
And it just hits
does-
every time. Yeah, that's crazy,
Isn't that
bro.
nuts?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sick though. Like for like now someone that couldn't enjoy the game at all now can play the game and
Yeah.
have fun. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
It's I wonder where that will go too. Like, where will competitive video gaming be when people have Neuralinks
And it's just like,
everyone
yeah.
has perfect aim?
Yeah,
all the
that's
time?
even
like, There's
crazy,
gonna have to
bro.
be some sort of other barrier.
yeah,
make it
well,
challenging.
right now what they're doing for like cheating is such a big problem in all competitive games, and as time goes on, cheats get better and more undetectable. That it's like, who do you really know if someone's really, really good at this
Sure.
game, right? Especially at least in a competitive sense, if you're not monitoring everything and have
Yeah.
everything under your like online tournaments
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, if you're just leaving it up, if you just let anyone join the lobby, like anyone. can
Yeah,
do
exactly.
anything. Yeah.
Especially if you're playing for money or something, and you have people that are joining. It's like, people do
Yeah.
anything to win. But I think like they're doing now is training an AI to essentially like the best anti-cheat to beat like the best
Yeah.
cheats would be an AI, because the best cheats already use AI, right? So it's
Yeah.
essentially the only way to beat an
Sure.
AI is with another AI,
Yeah,
right? So it's
yeah.
like they're creating a anti-cheat that essentially is an AI that will be able to tell from just like the way that you die or the way that someone shoots you, like, oh, that guy's cheating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and then ban him immediately just from the way that he plays
Yeah.
and the way that it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're there for a split second, like a literal there's
Yeah.
a rock here and a rock here, and the guy's standing right there, and he maybe has 0.001 second of visibility, and he gets you. You know what
Exactly.
I
Like
mean?
you might
Yeah.
not even be able to tell if someone's cheating, but the AI will detect it and be like,
Yeah,
okay, you're
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Because it's fucking artificial intelligence
Exactly.
instead of just like a program. That's
Yeah.
just like, you know what I mean?
I see
looking
what you mean.
for
It's
things.
like perfectly predictable.
Right.
Whereas
exactly.
humans are not perfect.
Exactly.
You can
Like,
make their best
anti-
guesses, but it's
Anti-cheats nowadays look for certain programs on your machine, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there may be more to it, but for the most part, I think that's how it works.
yeah.
And yeah, so like, an AI would literally in real time be able to be like cheating banned. You know what I
Crazy.
mean? Like
Yeah.
no
And even,
delay,
like,
no nothing.
Like the best people though, like so say we'll use Fortnite as an example. Fortnite in the future, there's people who use, or maybe even now, there's people who use AIs as cheats to have perfect aim and whatever. Excuse me.
Nice.
But so then say Epic Games makes some AI that they can detect these cheat AIs, but it's totally possible that then the cheaters just find out some way that, because like Epic Games isn't going to have 100% access to that person's computer.
Right,
People
right.
wouldn't give EA
Yeah.
or Epic Games a entire pass to their entire computer.
Yeah,
So if they
that's
could just
true.
find some way to run something in the background, then it converts to other type of information and feeds into the game undetected.
and they don't even
you know
see
what
it.
I mean?
Yeah, 'cause there's always something.
Like if they
yeah.
hijack the info from the remote, like I bet now it goes into the game and some cheat thing happens and then it shoots it. But like if they could somehow put the information coming from the mouse and
I see. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I
Some,
get what
like,
you're getting
different
at. I
type
get
of
what you're
thing.
getting at. No, it's definitely
Like it'll be a rat race of people. cheating
always
and
like
stuff.
someone will
Yeah.
always the cheaters will always have one
Yeah.
up, and then the people the companies will get another leg up. I totally agree. It's always going to be a game.
Our world is crazy. It's so
It is, bro.
nuts. Have you ever go? Where you?
No, I was just going to say people just like essentially saying everybody's just pretty unpredictable.
Yeah.
Like, so if if you're thinking about it, it probably will
Yeah.
be done. Or has
People
been.
are gonna adapt and find things
Exactly.
out, and there's so
Exactly.
many people in the world.
So many, bro.
It's like I think we've talked about this before. So there's how many people in the world? 8 billion.
Yeah.
8 billion.
Roughly.
And I think we talked about this on one of the other episodes, but we talk about 1 million and 1 billion, but we don't fully understand the difference between the two. Like,
Yeah.
how many days do you think 1 million seconds is?
Fuck, I couldn't even.
What do you think? 1 million seconds.
A month?
11 days.
Oh shit! Yeah.
But guess how long do you think, how many days do you think 1 billion
Seconds.
is? 1 billion seconds is. That was a terrible way. Yeah.
Okay, if 11 days.
Yeah, so if a
then I'd say a month.
you'd
would
say
be
a month for 1
billion.
billion?
Yeah.
It's 31 years.
All right.
Yeah,
that's
isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good way to put. I think you said that last pod
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
That's a
right?
perfect
It's
way to
crazy.
like actually be able to think
Represent
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if we know 1 million seconds is 11 days and 1 billion seconds is 31 years,
Dude.
there's 8 billion people in the world. That is so many
Yeah,
people.
bro, that is crazy.
However many seconds is in 31 years times 8, that's how many people
That's
there
a-
are in the world.
bro,
It's an
goddamn,
insane
bro.
amount of people.
Yeah, and it's like
And everyone's got different ideas.
different
and motives
ideas and like just complete looks different. Like totally,
Yep.
it's just so. It's crazy, bro.
so
I
much
don't know.
variety. But
Yeah.
we're all so similar.
Yeah,
You know,
that
like
is
we
true,
all
bro.
have-
at
we're-
our
we're-
core, there are.
There are extreme exceptions, but
Yeah,
everyone's
true.
got 4 arms, 5
Four-
fingers,
yeah,
5
yeah,
toes,
yeah.
or 4 limbs.
Requires
Yeah.
like basic things like shelter, food.
Yeah,
water,
everyone
you know
needs
what I mean?
air.
Yeah, exactly.
blood flowing through their body. Yeah, it's
Yeah, bro.
crazy. Fuck, there was something. Oh yeah, have you ever heard of Terrence McKenna?
Sounds very familiar. Was he a psychonaut or
Yeah,
something?
yep,
I think
that's
so.
him. And he would
Yeah.
like have lectures and shit. And
I
but
think so.
there was some video I saw him. We should pull it up. It's he was talking about. This is kind of crazy. It was like 25 years ago. This video, maybe more. But he was talking about like how this, like the spirits, these like DMT beings or whatever, would tell him that like shit's gonna get really crazy, and when shit gets really crazy in these certain types of ways, that's what means a species is getting ready to advance to the next
Level.
dimension. Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck,
But
bro?
and the things he listed are like shit. That's exactly what's
What
going
it's
on
like.
right now.
Really,
it kind of
bro?
makes sense. Like if shit gets like, let me make sure I'm not sharing this. Yeah, like we were talking about how like Mortal Kombat is 2D. You can move left and right,
Yeah,
and up and down.
Yeah.
And it's possible to imagine like there's some being living in 2D. Like imagine if that guy was alive. But then you go to 3D, like Dragon Ball Z, and you have a whole different range of mobility and things you can,
You can do, yeah.
And it's possible to think someone lives in
4D.
some organism lives in that range, and we really live in 4D with time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Dragon
yeah,
Ball
I
Z,
get
the
that.
guy doesn't experience
Time, yeah, and all that, yeah.
but it's possible there's like, why would the pattern stop at 4? It could go,
Just keep
can go
going.
up, and
Yeah, yeah, that's
what would
true.
those?
What would
be
that even
like?
look like?
But
yeah.
it makes sense that if shit gets so cluttered in one dimension, it
needs to evolve
needs
to
to
the
evolve and move
Bro,
on, and
that's
like
true.
now it's got more room for.
next. That's such
to
a
see-
good
you know
point,
what I
bro.
mean?
Yeah, that's trippy, bro.
It's
I never
crazy.
even thought about
Like
that.
if the guy in Mortal Kombat gets so advanced that they're like they can somehow force their way into the third dimension.
it's
just
like,
by-
okay, yeah. Dude, that's
crazy.
crazy, bro.
Terrence McKenna. Fuck, what do I even look up for this?
Yeah, was it like what did he say? It was a
Like humans advancing to next dimension. Maybe.
the next phase of human too.
Let me go to my history and look up Terrence McKenna.
That's a good idea. 9 years ago, 231 Terrence McKenna getting to another dimension.
It wasn't that. I can like picture what it looked like. He was like outside. You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe did we? Was that in high school or?
It definitely came out a long time ago. How can I search? Search.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is it? Oh, this is 2022.
Are you looking for something? Is it
Damn,
this
I
year?
swear I watched it recently. Yeah. Fuck, let Let me search that again. It was like him outside. Like with trees behind him. Fuck.
Oh, bro.
Terrence McKenna.
What was it? Was it like an interview?
Yeah, it was like an interview.
Look up Terrence McKenna interview and kind of clear all that stuff out.
Yeah.
Let's see if maybe
I'm trying to. There's like the title wasn't. I'm trying to think what. Because if I just do Terrence McKenna interview, then a lot of shit will come up.
That's true. That's true.
Terrence McKenna.
Was it a popular the one though, or
I thought it was. Maybe it wasn't.
Maybe yeah.
Terrence McKenna. Human advancement interview.
Oh,
it was this one. Yeah. Perfect.
9 years ago. Damn. Okay.
We have 14 years until this event.
I didn't watch this 4-minute one. We could watch the 4-minute one or the short.
Oh, let's do the 4-minute one.
Okay. Oh, fuck yeah.
That'd be more.
I think I saw the short is what it was.
We have 14 years until this event, measured on the calendar. And, a really common, ordinary way to describe the times that we're living in is that they're very, very chaotic, filled with acts of unspeakable evil, and at the same time, there's this sort of buzz and thrust of optimism. Everything from a guy like Peter Schwartz talking about the long wave, the big booming economy, breakthroughs in educational levels and qualities of life. But it's definitely
Yeah, I didn't see this whole question. I just saw
a dynamic where you've got extremes of good and evil in that way. Would you talk a little bit about the relationship between that dynamic as we go forward and the novelty continues to climax?
Well, novelty is not necessarily good or nice. Novelty is complex. That's what it is. And so I see really a concatenation of tendencies and forces here at the end. It's only going to get weirder. The level of contradiction is going to rise excruciatingly, even beyond the excruciating present levels of contradiction. So I think it's just going to get weirder and weirder and weirder, and finally it's going to be so weird that people are going to have to talk about how weird it is. And at that point, novelty theory can come out of the woods. Because eventually people are going to say, what the hell is going on? It's just too nuts. It's not enough to say it's nuts. You have to explain why it's so nuts. So between now and 2012, the next 14 years, I look for the invention of artificial life, the cloning of human beings, possible contact with extraterrestrials, possible human immortality, and at the same time, appalling acts of brutality, genocide, race-bathing,
Damn, he's right.
homophobia, famine, starvation, because the systems which are in place to keep the world sane are utterly inadequate to the forces that have been unleashed. The collapse
That's
of
such a good way to
the
say it.
socialist world, the rise of the internet. These are changes so immense, nobody could imagine them ever happening. And now that they have happened, nobody even bothers to mention what a big deal it is. The fact that there is no such thing as the Soviet Union, people never talk about it anymore. But when I was a kid, the notion that that would ever change was beyond conceiving. So the good news is that as primates, we're incredibly adaptable to change. Put us in a desert, we survive. Put us in the jungle, we survive. Under Hitler, we survive. Under Nixon, we survive. We can put up with about anything, and it's a good thing because we're going to be tested to the limits. The breakdown of anything, and this is why the right wing is so alarmed, because what they see going on is the breakdown of all tradition, all order, all sanctioned norms of behavior. And they're quite right that it's happening, but they're quite wrong to conclude that it should be resisted or is somehow evil. The mushroom said to me once, it said, "This is what it's like when a species prepares to depart for the stars. You don't depart for the stars under calm and orderly conditions. It's a fire in a madhouse." And that's what we have, the fire in the madhouse at the end of time. This is what it's like when a species prepares to move on to the next dimension. The entire destiny of all life on the planet is tied up in this. We are not acting for ourselves or from ourselves. We happen to be the point species on a transformation that will affect every living organism on this planet at its conclusion.
What a fucking answer. What an answer.
The issue.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
what an
bro.
answer
What
to
an
that
answer,
question.
bro. Wow. I bet you the interviewer was just like, wow, well, that's gold, boys. That's gold.
Yeah.
We're good. Pack it up. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit, man.
Back it up. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
yeah. Isn't
I
that
mean,
nuts?
facts. I was following along with everything he said. I understood it. He made sense.
Dude,
Like,
perfect. It's like just complicated enough where there's a lot of ideas going on, but not so complicated that you can't
can't
follow
understand it.
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
He's
I don't
a
know,
great
bro.
speaker.
He
There's
is
so many videos
absolutely
of him.
very
He's
easy
awesome.
to.
What
follow
if
along
what if
with
he's
saying,
right? I don't know.
And-
Maybe
and that's
he
the
thinks
thing,
that
it's
'cause
like-
he's done so many drugs. But
And maybe, but like I don't know. It's funny because you can put the pieces together like that, and they do fit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's a one possibility. It's
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's too complex to understand, but I think that's a good way. He definitely had a good
yeah.
way of explaining
Yeah.
it. And
And
the trajectory we're going. He predicted the shit that was happening.
Exactly.
Look
He
at that.
predicted everything so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everything he said is so true today. And he said like what was the quote? Like these things that have kept us in order aren't prepared for the power we've unleashed with it. That is so
Yeah,
true
that's
with
so true.
technology
Yeah.
and all that stuff. There's another quote. I can't remember exactly who said it. The quote was like it was the idea behind it is like humans are more advanced than we can handle, and it was like we have primal emotions, medieval institutions, and godlike technology.
Yeah, that's
And
true, bro.
Just the combination of that is it. Based on what he was saying, it seems like too complicated for us to wrap our heads
yeah.
around, and then eventually, I wonder. Probably won't be like. I wish it would be. But it probably won't be in our lives that we like advance the dimension. I'm sure it will be.
No, probably not. If that's what's going on, no, we probably got a long way.
We're not
to go.
quite at that point
Yeah.
yet.
But I think we're
In that direction.
Yeah, we're in that
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
Especially like if you want to believe what he's saying or not or whatever, that's a whole different thing. But if we're gonna believe what he's saying, then yeah, I think 100%. There's still time to go.
It's crazy. So
Absolutely,
crazy to
bro.
think
But
about.
it's exciting. It's
Yeah,
cool.
it
know
is
what
exciting.
I mean?
The
Life
world
can
is
be
gonna
scary.
change so much.
Yeah, and it already has. And don't get me wrong, life can be scary. Everyday life can suck, but when you kind of take a step back, you look at really what everything is. It's just I don't know.
It's remarkable.
It is remarkable.
Yeah.
It's easy to be afraid, but I think there's a lot of reasons to be excited or happy
Yeah.
or interested. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I think death is another thing that like people are like really afraid of. It's like, but I think that comes down to also it's like change. Like, you don't want a
Yeah.
drastic change like that. You're comfortable, you're in
Exactly.
that bubble. But I think like,
The world is all you know. What's it going to be
exactly. Like things
like? It's
are
the
too
unknown. Fear of the unknown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Things are too crazy. The world is not as cookie cutter as it seems. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's portrayed ever since you're born, just so you can understand it and wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
You know?
And,
I
and
think
we
it's
get
just way crazy.
we get so wrapped up in our day-to-day lives of like we got work and do this and this is going on in the
Exactly.
news, this happened with my friend or family member, and it's rare that you really take a step back and look at it like
Yeah,
you said,
like all
and
that,
really
yeah.
appreciate the fact that like were these humans on earth living harmoniously with, I guess maybe not harmoniously, but we live with these trees and
And
animals
everything,
and
yeah,
everything fits together and it's a piece of the puzzle in one way or another.
Yeah, regardless, we're all on one planet.
Yeah,
together,
regardless, we're all
you
on
know?
one planet and everything's connected.
Yes,
and,
I agree, bro.
you like don't frequently take a step back to look at it. You know Andrew Huberman?
I don't think
You
so, no.
probably would recognize him if you saw him. He's like neuroscientist, but he's got a podcast. It's like a super popular podcast. Like it's always like top 10 in the charts. And he said this, and it's so true. He was like, or he said this, and I agree with it. He was like, the goal of my life is, I didn't think this was the goal of my life, and it's still not like the goal of my life, but just, anyway, I'm harping too long on the point.
You're good.
You know what I mean? He was saying, and I thought it was interesting that he was like, the goal of my life is you can be super focused on the day-to-day little things in your life, or you can step back and think about that we're all here on Earth living harmoniously.
Right.
And the universe is going
right.
on.
Yeah, that's
and you
true.
can be on a super wide scale or a super narrow scale. And he said one of his goals is to make as many trips up and down that staircase as he can.
That's a
in
good.
his
That's
life.
a good way to
That's
think
such
about
a good
it.
way
Yeah,
to think about it.
totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, like it doesn't mean like don't be sad when people die, or you know what I mean. Like still, you can still mourn and experience like all
life
that.
still matters.
But yeah, exactly. But understand that like, you know, you shouldn't be afraid. I think that's the biggest thing. That's
world is
at least
bigger
that's how
than
I
us.
look at it. Yeah, that's how I look like about dying or anything like that. Like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. It's out of my hands. So
yeah,
it's like, you know what I mean? Like
That's true.
And I don't think it's something bad, or I don't think, you know what I mean? Because if we're destined for it, how could it be like terrible?
Everyone's
you know
done
what
it.
I, you know what I, yeah, exactly. Like it's
Yeah.
there's just no way to get around it. So stressing about it, or even like, you know, thinking of it in a negative way does nothing but bring you down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
It's like, so it's like I'll just take the more positive outlook and kind of appreciate what we have here, because, you know, look at the stars.
Yeah.
You get to go outside and look at the fucking sky, and it's just beautiful. Some days you're like, wow, it's a fucking beautiful day. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's a fucking
happy
beautiful
to be
day.
alive, a human on Earth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You go out, it's a breath. You got nothing going on. You just get to enjoy living. You know what
Totally.
I mean? And that's
what it's all
bro.
about.
That is 100%
Yeah.
what it's fucking
There's this song, and like one of the lines in it is like, when I die, I know I didn't just live, I was alive.
I was like,
And it's
yeah,
like,
that's so
such a good-
perfect.
such
That's
a good
it, man.
point. Yeah, you got to take it in and
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I totally agree, bro.
And it's like with death, I feel like I am scared of death, but it's weird. There's like different levels to how scared you are of death. Like the most primal level is like, I hope when I die, it's not a painful death. Like I hope I don't like, hopefully this doesn't happen. I hope I don't get like impaled by a stick or something, and I'm
Yeah,
like
like
stuck on a
stabbed.
tree for days until I like, I'm not quite bleeding out, but I don't have any water, food, and if
Exactly.
I get off the branch, I'll bleed.
You're
like
dead.
that would
yeah,
suck.
That would suck. I get that. Yeah.
And that hopefully will not happen. But then there's like the next level of like, I don't want to die before it's my time. Like I
to
guess it's
die,
always
right.
your time to die
Whenever
or
it
whatever.
happens,
But
yeah.
like I don't want to die now. Like that would suck. Like I still feel like I got
So
so
much
much
shit
life
to
to
do.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once you have kids, then that's like
A whole nother thing.
at
yeah.
least I wouldn't want to die when my kids are like 18 or
Yeah,
20,
no,
but you
yeah.
definitely don't want to die when they're
No,
3 or 5.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I totally agree, bro.
it's
No, I
scary.
I agree
really
that there's
scary.
like
And
levels.
but
to
that
it,
happens. You know what I mean? And it happens to good people
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, and that's
it's
just the
things out
fucking
of their
chaos of
control,
the
and
world,
It's the
you
chaos
know?
of the world.
Yeah.
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 And I feel like the one thing that does make me feel like whenever you have those thoughts about death, you're like, fuck, I hope that doesn't happen, and you worry about it. If you think like I want to know so bad what happens
Yeah.
when you die, and I'll either find out
Oh,
or nothing
yeah,
will
or
happen,
nothing
and
will
I won't even be disappointed because I
I
won't
won't
know that I didn't find out.
Exactly.
But the prospect of thinking, dude, if there is some
I
afterlife, and
get
this
to see
is
it.
just the first step of the journey, and
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
some soul, and someone came to me and
That's
said,
true,
hey, do you
bro.
want to go down and experience every good, bad,
An ugly
somewhat
thi-
sad,
yeah.
hungry, you need to take a fat
Good
shit,
thing.
feeling
Yeah,
of a
bro,
human
yeah. That's true.
for 80 years and then come back up? I'd be like, fuck
Fuck
yeah.
it,
Yeah,
I
let's
wonder-
do it.
And that's funny because
Yeah.
like that could have happened. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's
And then
like,
we go
oh,
back
you're-
and we're like, oh my God.
That was
fuck,
crazy.
This is crazy.
You know what's
guys aren't
funny?
gonna
Yeah,
get this.
I do hear that like sometimes people who take like, you know, DMT or something like that will like do a bunch, and then it's like they'll wake up in such a foreign environment, and it'll be like they'll say that they see like people around them that are like, how was it?
Yeah.
Like like what's going on? Like what was it? How was it down there? And then it's like, what or something, or like near death
Yeah.
people that like go like, oh, like I saw they were like how was it? Like, oh, we haven't seen you in so long, or like something. And then like someone came out, like some big dog, or that's how I describe it. But like, yeah, some big force or something. It was like, it's not your time, and then went back.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It was just like trippy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's so crazy.
But yeah.
Like we just don't understand. Like
What's-
if a chimp came into a operating table and then he wakes up from the anesthesia and there's like one dude, and then
All
another
these
dude comes in,
lights,
he's like,
yeah.
no, put him down. Like he
It's
would
like
have
he would
no
think
idea
that's so
what
true.
was going on.
Yeah,
He'd be
yeah,
like,
that's true.
Dude, I
Exactly,
saw something crazy.
Crazy,
I have
yeah.
no idea
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
And he can't tell his friends that because they just
They,
talking.
yeah,
but
it's just like, nah, but yeah, like that. So
that could be happening to us. you
yeah,
know?
what was the point? Fuck, we were talking about before
death
the
and fear of death.
yeah, yeah. So like, I don't know. I think
living a whole nother life and
yeah, like
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Though for me personally, what you like talked about, like there's different levels to it. I totally agree. Like there's the primal level. Like I feel like body fight or flight. Like if I'm faced with death, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And, like
Yeah.
actively avoid dying. You know what I
Yes.
mean? But my conscious mind kind of sits above it and is like, okay, well, like at the end of the day, like
it's gonna happen.
it's gonna happen. I understand.
Yeah.
I have a understanding of the world and whether it's right or not. Like you know what I mean. I still have an understanding, and I believe this, and so like I'm not afraid. you know?
Absolutely.
And
Like
you
it's
know.
life. No one makes it out alive.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's another thing. It's like it's such a shared thing
Yeah,
among
it's-
everything on the planet.
yeah,
Like
it's-
everything dies.
Like how we're so common to other humans, like we were saying before.
exactly. Yeah. bro.
Every single person has thoughts about their death one way or another.
Oh, yeah,
Like
dude.
there's not many things that every single person thinks about, but eating,
That is yeah.
shitting,
Death,
breathing, death.
Yeah,
like
that's they're up
that's
there.
one
I
of them.
totally agree, bro.
And I feel like most people think, is there something greater than that? So there definitely is some, I don't know. I feel like everyone at some point thinks, is there something bigger than me? Most people do. Definitely like
Yeah.
99%.
Yeah,
I wonder
I
if
would
there's
say, like-
anyone though who like never thinks that ever. Like they always just think about their day.
Their
Like, they
immediate
never make that
environment.
trip up and
Up to
to the
that's
staircase,
true,
even
bro.
one time.
I
wonder,
bet there
there's
is,
gotta be,
100%.
in the variation of human.
Because I think
Well, chimps probably never.
well
do.
yeah, some people are just so sheltered. I think that they
Yeah.
need to stay in that bubble for sanity.
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I mean?
a
Like,
good point.
Like some people can't handle.
They don't allow themselves to.
Yeah, to
but even
go
them,
over
then they like. Most of those people probably know, like, oh, I've gone up there before, and that is
So that's scary. I
Like,
never go
stay
there
down here.
again. Yeah, you're
So,
right.
but
bro.
they know about. They've done it.
they've
you
done.
know what
Yeah,
I
that's
mean?
true. That's true.
I wonder if chimps think about that because we think like I think no
so.
way chimps think that, but then when you really think about it, why wouldn't they think that? Like
I
to
think
some, maybe
if
they don't think
to
it's
some degree,
God and
it's
there's
some
a
like
mother God
super,
and a father God and they
Yeah.
had sex and had the
Yeah,
earth, or it
that'd
was
be-
made
yeah.
in God's workshop and he made
Yeah,
the planet for
no,
us to live
I think
on. and
it's
there was Adam and
super
Eve.
basic or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean? Something completely different.
Yeah,
if they do.
They're
think
like,
about
why
it.
did that happen? That feels weird. I feel like there's
Mhm.
something going on.
Exactly.
Oh well, back to the
There were like
bananas
these
or
chimps that
whatever.
were I saw it like a long ass time ago, but they were pretty much to get their food they had to play like a game.
Oh,
yeah,
with the
have you seen-
numbers.
yeah,
they hit
yeah.
the numbers.
And this one chimp was so fucking good at he
Dude,
get it
yeah.
every time.
They
and
did
would
it
get
way
food.
faster
Yeah,
than
like
humans.
so
Yeah.
much faster, bro. That
Crazy.
shit was crazy.
And it
bro.
showed like the first times where they were like just hitting random buttons. They don't know what the symbols on the screen
Or what
mean.
anything-
They're just
yeah.
hitting around because they know.
But you can see them
they're-
actively learn. And
yeah,
yeah,
and
bro.
like,
That's
oh,
so
1, 2, 3,
trippy,
1,
bro.
2, and boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, it's like holy
Crazy,
fuck,
so
bro. Yeah,
fast.
it's awesome though. It's
So
really awesome to
fast.
see, bro.
One of the like conclusions of that experiment was that humans, even when they try to do the same thing with humans, we never get that quick, and they think it's because yes, our brain has grown in size since primates and
Yeah.
chimps, but our thinking patterns are so different where there's more part of our brain, but it's not like just that section is for advanced thinking. Like it bleeds into the other areas and
I
takes
see.
energy from
that
the primal
area.
sense of being able to
Being able to
hit
do that.
numbers in a super quick
Yeah, I mean it would
format
make sense
because it's like redelegates that energy to
to
the more advanced part of the brain because you get more bang for your buck when you use that part of
That-
your brain.
I see, yeah,
and
yeah,
you only
yeah.
got so many energy bucks.
Yeah,
give
and that's
out.
interesting to like how the different parts of the brain like evolve and then bleed into the other parts and
Yeah.
take up space, kind of. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's super.
It's crazy.
Never really thought about it like that.
It's
you know what I
nuts.
mean?
The brain is fucking
Whole another
a
fucking thing,
whole
man.
nother
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Jesus.
There was something else I was gonna say. We were talking about death. Death after we die. Yeah, that would be okay. So what are like I mean, we don't have to do this. We could think about, this wasn't what I was thinking of. I can't remember what that was. But, like, what are the craziest things that could happen when you die? So say there's like this infinite range of things that could happen when we die. And one of those things is the lights shut out. We have
Pitch
no
black.
questions of what happened because we're dead and
Fully
nothing's there.
conscious, but just pitch
Yeah.
black. Yeah.
So exclude that option. Everything except that. What
okay.
could it be? We could be souls that, like,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know any
it's a
better.
good
We could
question.
be a soul where in that soul environment, they're like, do you want to go down and experience all the goods, bads, and difference of a human? And
Yeah, I think
then come
that's
back
a
up? That could
possibility.
be it. I mean,
Um,
there's the stereotypical or religious-based theory that you go up and you're surrounded by friends and family. And
yeah,
you're
like
all
you
living
kind of live this, like-
cloud, happy,
Yeah,
blue
for-
world. And
Right. I think it's weird. A part of me does think like reincarnation, but not in the way of like your soul becomes. I think it's more of like an energy. Like you see how energy kind of recycles.
Yes.
Like that's the process, right?
Can't
like
destroy
it's
energy.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just constantly will come back as something else, but it will always end at one point. So my thinking is that like, maybe, yeah, like simply put, you reincarnate, but you don't know obviously anything, who you are or anything like that. Another thing would be like something like an actual different dimension, right?
Yeah.
So like you die and now we're in
5D.
5D,
Yeah.
and like whatever the fuck that would look like or what that would be like,
insane.
but yeah,
I
like
hope
the
it's something
next
like that.
level.
I really hope.
Yeah, but we don't. It's not like it's oh my god, what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on? Because like we're not. We're
detached
dead
from our human
yeah,
self.
so
Yeah.
this is new.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like our conscious mind.
And it's
maybe.
like, do you remember it at all? Like, do you be like, oh, I'm this new thing now, and I was a human, but I'm no longer anything
human,
like a human.
yeah.
But I remember
being a
being
human.
a human,
Yeah, so
yeah.
maybe it is something like that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I remember being a human, but I don't know because I feel like if you were to go to a whole new dimension and you could remember what it was like to be a human, that would be so mind breaking almost. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
yes, we
But,
think
you're
it would
not
be
in a-
mind breaking,
that's
but
true,
we can
okay.
easily think about what it would be like for a 2D creature in.
To be- oh,
we
shit, you're
could
right.
easily think about what
You're
a 2D
right.
creature in Mortal Kombat would be able, like what that experience would be like. Like we can totally imagine that, but that thing can't imagine 3D.
What we're like.
So we
that's
can't imagine.
true, bro.
We're
So
now in
maybe
4D with time. We can't imagine 5D, but maybe we look down on 4D. And
you know what? Yeah,
like,
you're
that's
right.
so
Actually, I
basic.
take that because also like the next dimension implies you're more evolved, like a better
Exactly.
understanding.
Yeah.
You know what
You're
I mean?
in a
So,
more
yeah,
advanced.
Yeah.
phase.
So yeah, maybe we would
Yeah.
actually be able to.
Yeah, it is crazy. And what if like I don't.
It's such a big question,
It's such
bro.
a big question, and like
It's tough.
fuck, what was it? It was about like spirits and souls.
Well, like I have a question.
What if we're like just souls in like a soul farm, and the way like we grow cattle to make them big so we can eat it and it's beneficial for us. Like what if there's some way, obviously they don't eat souls, but what if the experience of being a human makes your energy more understanding
Something.
and it's a more advanced form of energy than just the energy of a flame, and they
Use
in the
that
higher dimension have some use for that more
energy, right?
condensed form of energy.
Bro, that's a
and
good
they
point. And highly
pass it
possible.
on
You
for
know what I
something
mean?
else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it could be we're not as, fucking important as
Yeah.
we seem. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or as we think we are, which is, I think, definitely the case. But
Yeah.
my question is, this is such a, if you don't even have an answer, that's
Let's
fine.
hear it. I'm excited now.
What do you even think? We say a soul, as in, like, when you say soul, you think of like a conscious being, or what do you? When you say soul, what are you implying?
That's a good question.
Like being, or like
yeah, what is the soul?
Yes, right.
When I was saying it in those contexts that we were just talking about, I would say the soul is like the essence and aura that makes you you, and the sense of being that you're like the certain flavor of person you are. Like there's 8 billion flavors
yes,
of people.
that's
like you're
true.
a
I
certain
see.
specific
Yeah.
flavor where you like certain things and not other things, and you like the blue blanket instead of the red blanket,
Right.
and you like chocolate instead of vanilla,
Yeah.
and like all these little details of you associate with like my soul and being. But that really could just be a figment of humans' imagination. And
True. But that's the thing is like soul is different than consciousness, right?
I
Is
don't-
it?
that-
That's the
a
thing.
good-
Like, that's
to
too
me,
big.
in the sense that I was talking about soul, I would say the soul experiences consciousness.
But it's not.
But
yes, that I
maybe
agree.
It's
I agree.
not the source of it. You
Right.
know what I
Like
mean?
our
But
soul
maybe
is
the
maybe
soul
who
is
we
the source
are.
of
Maybe
conscious-
like
yeah.
our specific, pattern of like
Yeah.
DNA. I guess you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
then consciousness is like a way
Yeah.
to, I don't know,
Because if you think about consciousness in the way,
experience.
in like the definition of consciousness being the way you think about things and your thought process, then that's, we know scientifically that's connected to our human biology,
Yeah.
which typically wouldn't be considered the soul. Our big toe isn't the
This
soul.
is whole, yeah,
you
that's
know?
true. Yeah.
But our brains, the way they process, is just like a pattern recognition.
Yeah,
and
bro.
Reiterating machine that's made of this very
Same shit as
similar
your fucking
cells
cell.
that's in
Yeah.
our toes. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
sure they all got
bro.
mitochondria and
And
shit. You know what I
such
mean?
a-
Like
yeah,
it's
no,
pretty,
I
it's
totally
all
agree.
biological.
It's all the same
material,
shit. Yeah. Yeah.
But it is crazy to think about. What do you think?
The soul.
Yeah. Do you think there? Do
Pretty
you
much
think
what
there's
we-
a separation between soul and
And
consciousness?
consciousness? Yeah, I do. I
what
think.
do you think that separation is?
Or if maybe there isn't, I think there's a different way to define consciousness, right? Like from what
Yeah.
we understand consciousness being here, maybe isn't the same as what it's like to be conscious
Yeah.
in a different dimension or anything, whatever you want to, whatever the next level is or whatever's
Yeah.
after, dying. So, I think it's separate, but I think the soul is still who you are. Like even if you go to a next dimension or whatever, you're still you because
Yeah.
the soul is you.
So then what defines you? Is you the way you feel about the world, you're happy to be here, it's good, versus someone else's
Right,
feels
and you
terrible
could
about it?
think-
Is that what you mean? Like that
Yeah,
type of thing?
I'd say like not like physical
what
characteristics.
What makes you you?
Right, and
What'd
see,
you
that's
say?
what's really
Yeah.
tough is because is it your like I think you were just talking about this. Is it the environmental kind of factors that like make you
Yeah.
like it's cold in here or you know what I mean? Like the reason you like certain things based off of your environment. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Rather than like this is what I like. You know what I mean? Because
Totally.
it's me. Yeah. So
And-
I don't know, bro. I think I would like to think that it's like the soul is different but still you, like you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
it's not like it's not the same as consciousness. It's hard to describe it. Like
I know it's the impossible question.
It's
like
just really hard to put
it
into
feels
words,
like
but, like,
there's
I feel
another
like
part of you that is higher than the cells that make you up.
yeah,
But it also makes sense that could just be a survival thing. Like there's this thing, me, I,
yeah,
that needs to survive.
Survive.
and
Oh,
live.
so then
Let's,
you would, like, do-
use this human
yeah,
body.
bro.
to survive
That's
and
that's
live.
such a trip, man. I don't even know how to like wrap my head around it. To be
But
honest.
but also, if everyone has that type of feeling,
yeah,
then it could be true that there is
That
some
there's a-
higher thing, and we don't fully understand how it's integrated with.
right.
us.
I mean, if everyone has a soul, like what does that
Yeah.
look like? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
There's. Have you heard of Sam Harris?
no.
He's like this philosopher dude who's done a bunch of meditation videos, and he's got like a meditation app. I think Calm. You know, Calm.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I've
think
heard of it,
he's
yeah.
like involved with that.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I might have just
Made that
totally
up.
had
Yeah.
that. He's definitely involved with some app, and I heard it and like
Yeah, something.
recognized the name.
I
and
see.
think
Yeah, it
was
doesn't matter.
Calm.
Yeah.
But he had this meditation, and it's so good. I'll send it to you. Honestly, I could walk you through it in like a brief sense, but it's like his is way longer. It's like 26 minutes, and he basically like points you in directions to experience consciousness in all different ways and ask questions that makes you think like, well, what is consciousness? You're feeling this in one spot, and can we try for a sec?
Yeah, we can try it.
All right. So you close your eyes, and
Okay.
we'll take a. I would feel bad if we had people commenting and shit, but
But yeah, we don't,
So
we don't,
I'll
we don't.
walk you through. We'll do like a 2-minute meditation. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right. Sit back in your chair.
Relax.
Take
you
a couple
know.
deep breaths through the nose. Slow through the mouth. Another big one through the nose. Slow through the mouth. Focus on the sound that you hear around you. You hear the candle crackling. feel the breeze of the air on the tip of your nose. Feel the air going into your lungs. Try to be serious. I'm telling you, it'll be good. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. It is hard. I'll be less meditative.
I like it though. I like it. 6 a.m. if I had my headphones in, oh, it'd be perfect, bro.
Let me pull a pep out.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Deep in your nose.
Bro, you're gonna have to send it to me,
alright,
bro.
yeah.
It's too hard, bro.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I don't think I'll be able to get over the giggles after
Yeah.
that.
But basically, it's that. Like, he makes you feel. We'll do it together, right?
He's like-
I'll walk you. We'll do it together, and that way I won't be laughing.
Right,
as
okay,
hard.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's
All right.
all right. Fuck. Let me get in the mindset.
Feel the chair under your legs. Your body leaning up against the chair.
I can't be
Ew.
serious.
Feel the bottom of your feet, the socks, the shoes, the boots around your feet. Think about hearing the sound, the candle, the heater.
Fuck! Oh shit, that was so funny.
I'll send it to you.
I'm sorry.
Basically, he does
Oh, fuck.
the whole like normal meditation senses of your body, but then he says like, now picture the face of someone you love in pain, and it
Oh
like
shit.
imagine your mom or
Yeah.
any Allison in pain, like, and you feel it. You're like, oh, you have this bad feeling, and then it says, envision them happy and joyous, and you have this like happy,
Good
warm
feeling, yeah.
And it's like, now the space that you're feeling that happiness and sadness for them in, that's the same spot that you felt your feet and your toes
I
and
see.
your
Yeah,
hands.
it's
and the
all kinda
sounds.
connected.
It's all in this one space, and this space is consciousness.
Yeah, you know Headspace?
And yeah.
Yeah, I'll
That's a
keep
good
going.
app.
If you have more to
Yeah.
say, go ahead. Sorry.
And that's basically the whole meditation. Is it like does that in a very good, detailed way, and then it's asking these questions of like, what is consciousness? But it's all revolved around like feeling it in this whatever this space of consciousness.
Right. No,
is.
I see.
And
yeah,
it like
is a good
lives.
thing.
It's like right behind our eyes as our
Our
consciousness.
consciousness, yeah. It's like what
which
the fuck?
really makes you think it's probably just our brain.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
what were you gonna say?
Yeah, no, Headspace.
Headspace.
Yeah, I don't have the fucking mental capacity to go through it right now, but yeah, send it to me definitely.
I
'cause
will,
I'll do
yeah,
it.
for sure.
Headspace was like the one that my go-to. And there was something they did, like I remember they had some special type of meditation, and it was exactly kind of like that. Not
Interesting.
as like, oh, picture your mother. It was more
Yeah.
of just like feel, like it was more in depth about like feeling rather than just like, okay, take a deep breath. Like, you know how they always say like, feel the chair you're sitting in,
Yeah.
feel this. Like it was more like feel everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Rather than
Like it goes through
all
of
the like
senses,
different things they break
Feel
it
your
down.
face
head to toe.
relaxing,
Yeah,
the
which was-
muscles in your thighs and hamstrings.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Which maybe that's I don't traditional.
It's very similar. It
Yeah.
like does that, and then he goes into like the
To, like,
face
okay,
of the.
imagine this.
And when
okay.
you think about like he develops the whole feeling of consciousness by going through
Your whole body,
and
yeah,
it's
that's
all
what
in
I've
this
seen,
Space, and you're feeling it for like 10 minutes, and then he says like, now envision the face of like someone
Yeah,
you
that's
love in
perfect, I think,
pain, and
because-
and you like feel that sad, bad feeling. But he connects like, yeah, that's in the same space that you just felt
right,
your
dude.
foot. So like,
Bro,
what is
so
it?
weird.
You know, what is that space
What
and
is
why
that?
does it exist?
Exactly. No, that's such a good question.
Yeah.
Too.
It's crazy.
No, that's like Headspace was doing the shit where it's like breaks down parts of your body, like feel your toes and the boots,
Yeah.
and go up, and yeah, it's just all this
Dude,
shit.
meditation is fucking
It's awesome. Bro.
awesome.
When I
I
remember,
gotta get more
you
regular
put me on
with
that
it.
shit, bro. I
Yeah,
remember
in high school, yeah.
changed everything, bro. Seriously, just flip the switch, man. I swear.
What do you think are like the biggest benefits you felt from meditation?
Totally the anxiety, like my anxiety was already like as I was getting older, like starting to kind of fade away.
Yeah.
I was getting more comfortable just with life, I guess. I don't know, everything. but yeah, like helps. I think it helped me not only like feel less stressed and anxious. It helped me like. It's really hard to explain. Like clear my mind. Like like you know how you delete stuff in your photos and it goes to the fucking folder. You know then that gets
clearing out your inbox.
Exactly. Like fully getting rid of it. I feel like every morning when I did it, it would help me just like wake up, zone in, and really be able to take the day one piece at a time. I felt more calm, more ready to assess, stressful situations with like an actual plan and being able to do things. I just felt more of a drive. Whereas like before I started meditating, it was just like everything was so chaotic and coming all at me at once. And then I feel like if I got overwhelmed, okay, now I'm going to go cope with by,
whatever.
Fucking, like smoking weed, eating food, whatever, watching shit, not being productive. Whereas like meditating like helped me realize that like, okay, like being productive doesn't just make you stressful. It's like being able to take everything once at a time.
It's like gets your life more in order and things make more sense and connect together.
And I think it's really important
way.
To, because what meditation also does is like just mindfulness in general. I think it's really important to like kind of see above you. You know what I mean? See like your world and what you are is not what everything revolves around. There are some people that are so stuck on their self, and like getting out of that bubble and being able to like see like, oh, there's a big fucking world out there and I'm a very, very small piece of it. You know what I mean? Like helps you have a just better mindset about fucking life. And like I feel like just feel more kind of confident to take things on because everything is so big. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's hard to describe.
It is crazy. It's weird because it's so simple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're
just
I agree.
Focusing on your breath.
And
there's like, so many different ways to meditate. There's really no wrong way.
I agree.
To meditate.
You can think about a like wide range of things while you're meditating, as long as you're kind of still focusing on your breath. You know what I mean? Like like whatever happens.
There's this guy. He's fucking awesome. I should send you the Joe Rogan episode with him. It's kind of it's an older one. Like it came out when we were in high school. But Naval Ravikant is this guy's name, and he's this like super smart Indian guy, investor. He's like a billionaire. But he's super about like mindfulness and all that kind of stuff. And Naval does this type of meditation where he sits for 60 minutes, doesn't focus on his breath, he doesn't think about the way his body's touching the chair. He just thinks. He just sits there.
Whatever comes to his
and
mind.
Thinks. Yeah, works out the little thoughts that came up yesterday or whatever. And he said it really takes 60 days of doing it 1 hour every day to fully feel the effects. But in every second, day-to-day lives, your mind is racing about something. But when you take an hour to think about it every day for an extended period of time, like it clears out the inbox is what he said. And then when you're in those in-between moments, you're just not thinking about
anything,
other stuff because you've already thought everything through from every different angle.
Exactly.
And you have this like framework of the world, and you don't need to in every second be like,
oh, does this?
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, it just fits right in. I get exactly what you're saying.
That's
a good way to think about it. Yeah. I have realized like there was a time I was driving home, I think, and it was like an hour drive or something. I was by myself, and I had the music on, but really low, and it was just me, not. And I found like that's such a exactly like the same thing, kind of clearing out your mind. I realized like, wow, I don't do that enough. Like where I'm just like me, the road, and driving, not thinking about like what song am I going to put on, what am I going to listen to, what am I doing when I get home, who's texting me, who's calling. It's just like. And I know that's kind of pretty general, like that's like, oh, that's just like meditating, you know what I mean? You're taking a step away, but it's more of like I'm not, like you said, like not thinking about it, just whatever comes to my mind, I'm just,
organizing
it, putting it away, and whatever's next. So it's just like that kind of, and I like realized like, holy fuck, it almost felt like you feel different.
Like
you
definitely
feel
good
different
when
like
you sit with your own thoughts.
It can be scary, and I know a lot of people like, it cannot be fun, but if you do it and you kind of overcome that initial hurdle, it's like super therapeutic. It makes you feel like refreshed almost. It's
absolutely
weird. Really weird, dude.
I like we all know people who they're like, oh, I can't sit alone with my thoughts or else I get too anxious or whatever. And that is true. If you sit alone with your thoughts and you're not in a good spot in your life, you're going to get anxious. But you're supposed to feel that way and then work through it and look at it and be like, oh, wait, maybe I could fix this by doing
Exactly.
X, Y, or
If you
Z.
get
Yeah.
anxious and then you turn around and run away and just bury your head in the sand,
You're never gonna deal
every
with
time
it.
you come back to that point, you're gonna feel anxious. You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
yeah.
So I agree. Like it's something that, like, yeah, it's just like fuck it. You just gotta think
Yeah.
about it. You gotta like sort it. You gotta get it at least, even if like maybe it doesn't exactly make sense. As long as to you in your head,
Yeah.
you can justify it and like put it away. You can move past.
Yeah,
it,
if you
know?
put off anxious feelings, they're just going to build up and build up
And-
and build up because
exactly.
life happens and you have to adjust and think and react to that. But if you just put away all the fears that come along with those decisions, then like eventually it all catches up.
Exactly.
You know
And
what
then
I
it's
mean?
just like, you're not even fucking thinking about that shit
Yeah.
that was, freaking you
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
And now it's that pile of stuff that you don't want to think about is so big that even the thought of revisiting it is
Exactly.
unthinkable because it's so uncomfortable.
and it's like, holy
It's
fuck.
like, but if you face it
Gets
each
worse and
piece
worse
at
and
a
worse.
time, it's
Exactly,
like, okay,
bro.
it's
Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that goes for anxiety in general. Like, if you're just an anxious person in general, you gotta face that shit. It's the
Yeah.
only fucking way. Like, put yourself in that uncomfortable position, and even the first time, even if it goes fucking terrible and you get embarrassed, the second time, I guarantee you, it
Yeah,
won't be that same way.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And it's like if you don't, then nothing's ever going to
Gonna
change.
happen,
Like,
exactly.
what are the options? You don't go to that
Exactly,
bad, sad place, and that bad, sad place is always there in the back of your mind, and you're limited because you can't go to certain places in
Yeah,
your mind.
exactly.
Or you address it and you are uncomfortable and deal with it, and
and move past.
now you're
Yeah.
just in a much more better whole
Exactly.
place.
Yeah. And that is just like in growth in general. You know what I mean? Like, as you grow, if you aren't pushing yourself, you're not gonna be someone that
Exactly.
can do like
Yeah.
take on life in general.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's comes down to the fundamental fact of you need to be uncomfortable to grow.
To grow,
You know,
exactly.
that you're
Yeah.
not going to grow being comfortable.
And I think that's so important for like kids to know, bro. Like
Yes.
my kid is I'm drilling that shit. Whenever I
Same.
have my kid, I don't like plan on having kids anytime
Yeah,
soon
oh,
or settling
yeah.
down, but like eventually, yeah, like I know, like I want my kid to know, like you need to not, even if you're afraid to do it, you got to go do it, because
Yeah.
I don't want someone that like folds every chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want my son to like not be able to take on anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you got to teach your kids that something scary or hard isn't necessarily
a bad thing,
So many
yeah.
people associate hard with bad.
Bad,
Like,
yeah.
Hard is bad. Hard is bad.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
hard is good.
Good, yeah.
Hard is a good thing to do. If it's hard, 99 times out of 100, more than that, it's a good thing to do. Yeah, it's hard to get bit by a rattlesnake and die. That sucks.
Yeah,
You don't
that's
want to do that.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
most things within reason.
That
are
yeah,
hard are
I
a good
agree,
thing
bro.
to do.
There's definitely like there's a line for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that line is like very
It's huge.
the
Yeah,
extremes,
yeah, exactly. Like,
and even
yeah.
like people who run like those 100-mile, 250-mile races, like,
Yeah, like-
that's hard and it is bad for you because it fucks up your
Yeah,
body so
yeah.
much, but it's still a good thing to do. No one
Exactly.
does that and thinks like that was a terrible thing I
yeah,
just
and
did.
even if you just
You
do
know?
it once, like,
Yeah.
you recover, and then you can always be like, I did that. You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I totally agree, bro.
It's nuts.
It's tough.
Damn,
bro.
I think I broke the seal or something earlier. Even though I guess I did drink a lot of water later in the day. But
I
gotta
do.
go take
Yeah,
a
you're
quick
good.
piss.
You're good.
You got pissed too?
No, yeah, I'm getting there for sure.
We can take a break.
2:30. It's 2:30. I mean, I'm gonna wrap it up soon if
Oh,
that's cool.
damn,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, 12:30 at
Damn,
this point.
that is crazy.
It's kind of wild, bro.
Yeah, let me fill this up.
Bet. We can get our closing remarks.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I had some other idea earlier that I wanted to ask.
I'm gonna start thinking about like segments or like
Yeah.
something we can do,
Just
like
little thoughts, like little shit you think throughout the day, write it down.
yeah, or something like that. Yeah, I think that'd be dope, bro.
Definitely.
Or like maybe a game. Like kind of a game that like still it's tough, bro. Like a game that is like relevant for each week, right? So every time he does a pod, like if there's something new, like, hey, okay, this week, if he does a pod once a week, and today we're playing, or the same, it's like a segment he has every week, and then can like, yeah, just like, things, it's the same segment, but new information. Fall into pieces. Yeah. I gotta piss so bad, low-key. I'm watching it. It's so delayed. Falling to pieces. Woo. No, coughed. A little cough. It was like a half cough. Yeah.
This was the thing I was going to ask earlier. It's different than, way less serious than anything we were talking about before, but so like all throughout all throughout humanity, people have cleansed themselves in different ways. Like they used to just do it in rivers.
Oh yeah.
Then they only had baths, and now we have baths and showers. What do you think? Like
The next
way
Fuck,
of
dude,
cleaning
that's tough. I don't know.
ourselves will
See,
be?
like, I think it. I mean, from my understanding, it gets to a point, right? Like, how can you get like more clean than just
Yeah.
cleaning yourself, right? But
Yeah.
like, there's definitely something, maybe like a
some sort of laser thing
laser
that
or
kills
like
all the
yeah,
germs.
like that just kills bacteria or something.
But then
or
do you
just-
want to kill all the bacteria? Because certain bacteria is like
Well, maybe it
good,
would
you
be
know?
more if it's like the next thing. Like maybe it's something that only kills certain bacteria or
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's a
dirt
good
or
point.
something,
Yeah.
or, yeah. So maybe it's like a scan or something that's
Yeah.
real quick. But low-key, I would hate that because I love taking a shower.
Yeah,
man.
there's
like waking
something
up,
about
yeah,
sitting under warm
warm
water,
water and
feels
just like
good. Yeah.
okay, like it's just a good way to start for the day. But maybe the next thing would be it wouldn't take that aspect of getting clean away of that.
Yeah,
like,
or if it
refresh.
gives you that like same sort of pleasure.
Yeah.
But what if it evolves from people not even having to clean themselves, like humans are just clean. Like
Yeah,
their
they're just
bodies
always
are-
clean,
Like it's
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
that
oh,
happens
maybe,
with their
bro,
body
that's
that
true.
like it just like
you never
is
need
always
to like
clean. You just
yeah.
always smell good and
Fuck,
repel.
dude.
So
Maybe, bro.
crazy. I found that hard to believe.
Yeah, I think we'll always have
Maybe.
to clean,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
All right. This was a good.
So it was a good
Good
pod. We
pod.
need some viewers in
Yeah, we
here.
got no viewers this month.
Yeah, we
that's
did.
all
Yeah,
right though.
that's
It's
all
a Saturday night. Though,
Yeah, it
so
was a
people
Saturday
are,
night.
like,
I
out
didn't
and
text
doing
out or
stuff.
anything.
Yeah, I didn't